right, ready or not, evening. This here is Tijuana, the all around natural beauty RN. And I'm just waiting for my little sound to come in here so I can click it off. And welcome y'all to the all around natural beauty channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and all genders overcome the fear of facing your abuse to become a survivor. So over here, we all about becoming survivors. And I'm just grateful that you guys are out here with me tonight as we're going to fall back on what we started off on yesterday and we didn't finish. So I got Nancy Grace interview set up. And also I have some new contributions from Courtney sent in something, and hey, look here, we got people coming in here already. I appreciate y'all for coming in. But so we're going to start off, kind of a recap, and we're going to do some deep dives. And let's see here. Hello there, Jackie Barty, and I got me some new logos and stuff here. I'm just excited. I'm just trying some different stuff out here now. With my little green screen. We're going to do some fun stuff tonight here. And thank y'all so much for helping me build the community. Hey, Courtney, what's going on? I got your email, and we're going to start off with your video first and all that good stuff. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming in here. Oh, and hitting the like button, too, on your way in. Y'all doing very well. What's up, Mona? And she's saying hello to Treya in the chat. Yes, thank y'all so much. Hey, good evening. All right, Mac, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, that was me. All right. Oh, okay, y'all was up there already up in there. Hey. And I'm just so grateful that today that we are here together to stand for justice for Shanquella. And like I said, we got a few videos to go over on tonight. And we're going to follow up on the Nancy Grace video that we didn't finish up yesterday. All right. Oh, thank you. All right. I was a little worried. I was like, this new for me doing this little technological stuff. So thank you. That's my new concept. Is a butterfly. Actually, it's a caterpillar eating a leaf into the evolution to metamorphosis into a butterfly. And that's my goal for us here. We victim caterpillars, and we are healing ourselves, and we're going into our little cocoons so we can morph into survivors. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for appreciating my background, my concept. All right. Hey, what's up, JP6? Says good evening to everybody. Y'all, thank y'all for coming on in here. And hey, Ebony. All right, a new name there. Hello, love the new background. Thank you. All right. Appreciating that. Yeah, this was in a celebration for, this channel getting monetized in a month. And all of the love and support I've been receiving, and this whole butterfly thing that, come up with us, interacting in this here chat for Shanquella. And somebody came up with that Black Butterfly song. And it's just been inspiring me ever since. Hey, Mona D. All right. Courtney said, you spelled her name wrong in the title. Uh-oh. Thank you. Let me see. Let me go fix that real quick. Oh, did I? I just copied and pasted. Let me see. Let me fix that up. Thank you, Courtney. She always got my back here. Yeah, so I'm just excited. This is going to be really good episode here where we're just going to be talking about, you see, did I put justice on there? You see, that's good enough there. All right. Thank you so much, Courtney. Appreciate you. Let's see, the screen is cool. All right, cool. All right. That's, like I said, this was the first for me. I'm just testing out something here, and I was just excited to, be liven it up. I'm trying to build this and, for all of us to enjoy here. And, we're building our little community one person at a time. So the first thing that I actually wanted to go over was, hey, what's going on here? Some more people coming in here. Good. And hit the like button on your way in here. Was the video that, our live from last night, I I got a really deep comment that come up there, so I'm going to read that off. And Mona D says, "Baby sis, my name twin." Okay. And hey, Tamika, what's going on? Welcome back. All right, everybody coming in here, being loyal and good cheer here. Mona D said, "We are special." Yes. So updates. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Beverly Foster, a super sticker for $50. Thank you so much. That is so wonderful. I sure do appreciate that. Look at there, just a sticker, no comment, just pure love there with the super chat. I appreciate you, Beverly Foster, so much. Thank you so much for that. That really touched me. Wow, I was not expecting that. All right, so yes, and you guys are really responsible for that. With all of the love and support and of everybody, tuning in and rallying behind this whole cause, making sure that we keep the name out there, that we keep the name out there, that we don't get silent, we don't get quiet. Look at that, it's so pretty. I'm still seeing all the little sparkles and stuff from that super chat. Wonderful. Keeping the name, like I said, over here, we don't do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking where we're speaking out the names of the victims. We're speaking out the names of even the abusers. No more are we going to hold the secrets of these abusers, because that's how, we continue to be victims. Because like I've said before, if you've been a victim, it's not your fault. It's not your fault if you're a victim. You couldn't help that. But if you are still here, that means that you have the potential to be a survivor. But you have to first confront and face and admit that you were a victim and you couldn't do anything about it. And then you can heal. And from that point, you will develop, metamorph into a butterfly, to a survivor. Yes. So, hey, Arnisha says, "Hey, family, and the beautiful and all around natural beauty RN and Gin Juice." Hey, look at Gin Juice. He's a popular on the side there, the Gin Juice. Y'all, thank y'all so much for all this love and support, and for this whole quest, and all the encouragement when the times get hard, where it's hard to continue to get through this. When you have, hey, Beverly, thank you so much, Beverly. I sure appreciate that. Was so wonderful and special for you to do that there. I sure appreciate it. And see here, Baby Sis says, "This is a cool place to be. It's so much stress in the air right now, but here." Yeah, I appreciate that, because I was feeling that way too. And like I said, when y'all touch me like this, it really helps to keep me encouraged too, because this is difficult. It's hard to, keep talking about it and to keep, bringing it up and remembering it, and then realizing that we're in a time right now where seasonal depressive disorder is a real thing, and people are really unaliving themselves out there. People are really battling with depression. So, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So I appreciate your comment, Baby Sis. And said, "I'm late. Hey, y'all." Yeah, we kind of take our time getting up in here. So appreciate you for coming in, Reed Still Bloom. Appreciate that. And Courtney says, "I see someone started a petition for her. They want to name a playground and street after her." Okay, yeah. And then I had shared that one petition that was going to go to the FBI, just to keep, as many names out there as possible, saying that we want to, get answers and want justice, just, that. So that's awesome there. That's wonderful. Yes, JP6 says, "I hope she gets justice." Yes, and that's what we all are hoping for and standing in agreement with too. And that's why we meet here. Baby Sis says, "I saw Shanquella's father in a live today. It hurt so much to see how much pain he is in. His tears cut like a knife." Yes, that is so true. That is so true. That is so true. So that's wonderful. I'm so glad. And I hope everyone is doing well out there. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old, and I'm a mother of 3 grown children, divorced, single mother of 3. And I have over 30 years of nursing experience. I'm recently retired from nursing, and I have experience in multiple different areas. One of them, I let y'all know that I served a lot of time working with spinal cord injury patients, which led to my voice for this whole Shanquella Robinson case, when I was able to explain the injuries and the actual the cause of her demise. You see here. All right. Here's a new name, Kimmy Kim, mental health specialist. Seasonal depression is rapid in the streets. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we were talking about the one gentleman, Stephen Twitch Balls. There's, still, that happened, and then there's some questions about it, but still it's a real thing. And I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge that too, to know that sometimes things could look like they're going really good for you. It could look like they're going really good for you, but inside there's something, bothering you, or something that isn't right. And, this is a real thing. So we want to make sure that we are addressing our mental health and all that stuff. Beverly Fox says a street named after Shanquella in the Cabo Fives neighborhood would be an excellent reminder of what they did. I agree with you. I agree. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. And I think one of our first, well, actually, I want to start off first by, what we like to do here in our group here is to start off with, some positive affirmations. And we've been reading our Acts of Faith from Iana Vanzet. You take this off here so y'all can see. This book of Acts of Faith is a daily meditation for people of color. And I am a people of color. And I think some of you out there also are people of color. So we've been getting some pretty good benefits from it. We're coming close to the end of the year. And, again, about this seasonal depressive disorder is a real thing. And some people are, in a place where they need the help. So we're going to start off with our Acts of Faith. Today is December the 21st, 2022. And again, I've been reading this book since my screen is not making it up. Since 1996. And the things that are in this book are still very relevant and prevalent today. And Beverly Fox says, I did that. That's right. Let's see. I like to brand Shanquella's name on all 6 of their foreheads. Yes. And I was thinking too, like maybe some little butterfly pendants or something like that. Remember back in the days when we used to, everybody used to get those friendship bands, or those little bands that meant something, I don't know if y'all remember that, but we used to do those kind of things back there. What's up, Regiment 65? Yeah, the sun is going down so early now, gets me down. Yes, exactly. And that's a big contributing factor to it too. And that's why it happens during this time. And then, they play with the time with this daylight saving time and stuff like that too. Yes. And thank you for saying that, because, I was feeling blue too. And, you try to say that that you've done so much work, but this is a daily battle. It's a daily battle. And that's why we're supposed to, talk about it and not just suffer in silence. Mark of Cain. Or like the hoodies from Trayvon Martin. That's true, Yeah, I like that, and whatever suggestions, you guys may have would be awesome too. So that would be good. I don't know if I think I'm going to go first. We're going to start off first with Courtney's video, and then we're going to double back to finish off Nancy Grace's that we started on yesterday for Jet Swan. I think it's Jet Swan who was the one that had, Jet Swan had some really long, heartfelt comments. So we're going to double back on that for her because we didn't get a chance really to finish it on yesterday because I was concerned about rebroadcasting it and stuff like that too. But anyway, we're going to get to that. And see, Regiment 65, after today, the days start getting longer. Keep hope alive. Yes. That's why it's important too that we, be mindful of this kind of stuff because, this is a very real thing. So who was our first person? Here we go. All right. So we're about to get ready for our first one. And was this the one? Okay. Yeah, this was, let me just make sure. I don't think this is the one we're supposed to be watching first. This is, yes, here it is right here. All right. Our first little update is going to come from a new YouTubers for us. Anyways, our first time to highlight this one from Jackie, a new YouTuber. And this is a Shanquella Robinson police obtained terrifying. This one I wanted to play here. Yes, it is. So here we go. We're about to get through our first one. Let me share and do our commentary on it and see if we get any new clues or new observation things to talk about. All right, so here it is from Jackie. Let's go ahead and subscribe and like. And this one's a contribution from Courtney Taylor.
During Alone Among Stone, in every of the more problematic ones, in recent history, Shanquella Robinson's unfortunate hetemus has created waves within the media and turned heads with however it's being handled and also the confusion encompassing Edwet. Specifically happened wherever is the investigation heading come back on as one cover everything right here in this video. New details arising in a cast of that has sparked national interest according to a police investigation. Shanquella Robinson was alive when medical treatment came to the property where she was leisure with a group of folks in Cabo, North American nation. Last month, the account was discovered by a Charlotte newspaper and differs from information previously gained from 25-year-old Robinson's death certificate that say that she died at intervals quarter hour of being injured. Instead, a doctor from a nearby hospital remained with Robinson and others within the residence for concerning murders go. This would possibly simply be during Alone Among Stone in every of the more problematic ones. In recent history, Shanquella Robinson's unfortunate...
I'm sorry, Jackie, but this sounds a little, I can't, it doesn't seem like it has a flow on here. So let's see here. We got some more people that came in here. Say here, JP says, I hope some good to come out of this today. Yeah, I don't know. I got maybe got the videos mixed up here. Miss V. Lewis says, protest to keep her name alive. Yes, thank you so much. And that's what we're here doing here. Yes. What's up, Superstar Graham? Hey. Welcome back. Let's see. Yo super. All right. Let's see. Baby Sis says, I'm convinced all 6 of those evil beings will be prosecuted. The feds have all eyes on them, and Mexico is under our thumb with treaties. They can't ignore this case. They put the warrant out fast. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to find. Let me just play the one video of that shows Mexico is not really trying to. They're not really doing nothing because they got their own problem, y'all. They have their own problem, and they have their own problem. They really do. All right. So with that being said, we're going to do this one from Courtney. It's another one from Hell of a Chick. This one here is proof that Nazir Wiggins was in the villa. And the reason why I wanted to play this one was because 2 nights ago, that one video that we saw that had the evidence of them in the villa with the video camera and the person behind them with the video camera, I feel like these two are going to be able to kind of go head to head, so we can get a little bit more clarification, since we didn't get any from watching it twice at one time on that one video. Yep. All right. So here we go here with our next video from Hell of a Chick. So let's share. And here we go. Ooh, sorry.
What's good, guys? Today is Wednesday, December the 21st, 2022. This video will be regarding the Shanquella Robinson
we right on
case.
time.
And specifically, I wanted to discuss Nazir Wiggins' story just a little bit more. As you've heard me say several times, I'm not buying it. And I guess I should have shared a little bit more about why I'm not buying it. I guess I took it upon myself to assume that everyone had saw his flight information. And so I find out now that that's not true.
What?
So I want to bring it to the channel so that you guys can see it. And this is what you call a receipt. Okay.
Okay.
I had a comment yesterday talking about somebody had called the airlines and verified his flight information and this and that.
Hey. What is that? What y'all think of this photo? What are those? What is that? Okay, I don't know.
You don't have to do all that because that person may or may not have been with the airlines. There's the problem with that type of receipt. But when you go back and
that kind of look like me a little bit.
pull up the archived flights for October the 29th of 2022. And Nazir Wiggins did post his flight information, which has turned around and bit him in the ass. That little plan backfired on him. But he was trying to be smart, and it's turned around on him. But anyways, his story doesn't add up, okay? It just doesn't add up. He's a liar, and the truth ain't in him. So he posted his flight information. Now, he flew from Charlotte to Dallas-Fort Worth, and then from Dallas-Fort Worth on to Mexico, okay? He says he flew in on the 29th, and we are going to look at his ticket. And, well, let's just look at it now. Now, what Nazir Wiggins calls himself trying to do with this is be smart with Gerald Jackson from the North Carolina beat. So
Ooh. This is interesting, because this is the YouTuber guy that we've watched the video, and he's from North Carolina. Is she saying that they had a connection or something before this? That's interesting. Y'all notice we watched his videos, right? This is that one guy. He just looks a little younger here, or maybe a little. I don't know what. Maybe I don't know what's different about him, but this is the one guy. That's him there. Oh, I'm not even sharing. Sorry, y'all. I was gonna say, yeah, this is we've done his videos, right? And she just said he's from North Carolina. So is he like friends with some of these Cabo 6 people? Is that how he was able to get this inside scoop?
added the North Carolina beat and said, you about to get some straightening today because it's you trying to ruin my name and character on some real sweet foul shit. Post this. And he posted his flight information. And it's really backfired on him. There's no two ways about it. So he posted his ticket where he traveled from Charlotte to Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah. Okay.
And it said that the flight boarded at 6:36 a.m. The flight departed at 7:11 a.m. that morning. He was in seat 15B or either 158. 15B or 158. It's hard to tell whether that's a B or an 8. And he boarded at gate B15. It has the date on there. Saturday, October the 29th of 2022. Nazir Wiggins. Tells him to be there 15 minutes beforehand. Boarding starts 15 minutes beforehand, departure. So he's at Charlotte's airport at 6:36 a.m. All right. When he arrived at Dallas Fort Worth, heading to San Jose del Cabo.
Oh, okay.
The flight boarded at 9:45 a.m. That flight departed at 10:30 a.m. It was flight AA 479, boarded at Terminal C, gate C24, on 10/29 of 2022. Now, where Nazir made his mistake is he posted information for the flight from San Jose del Cabo to Dallas Fort Worth, which would have been his return flight.
Oops. Oops. He messed up. I knew he was a liar from his little video that he did when he was doing all that. Oh yeah, and then and see, Quilla wasn't gone before, and then the nurse came, and then we was talking about food. Yeah, that's what it was. And then we was getting ready to go, and then I was rubbing her head, and we was singing songs, and she had all that stuff. You can totally tell he was a liar, and the truth wasn't in him at that time. Let's see here, y'all talking up here. M Max says, IMO. All the guys on the trip were bi or gay. That's why Shanquella didn't react to being nude around them. Okay, so then that's probably why I felt that way, some type of way about that picture of Nazir, because it did look a little like, something, right? Okay, thank you very much, Mac. That clears up a lot of things. That answers a lot of questions. Let's see. How do you know that, Mac? Yeah, good question, Superstar Graham. That's right. Let's see here, Mac. That makes sense. Okay, I'm feeling you on that too, but let's see if he got some receipts to prove this. Mac. Let's see, you got some receipts to prove it. Let's see. Nazir won the contest for most lies told under 3 minutes. Yes, he did. See, Nazir the narcissist. Good one. Yes. They seem to know each other. What's up, Alicia? How you doing? And welcome back here. They are saying that Guy Ken to Dejanay. Oh, okay. Let me see. The North Carolina beat dude has a crazy criminal past. What? All right. Allegedly. All right. She did put that on there. See, MX says, like I said last night, I believe everyone involved in this is involved in street activity. All right. You standing on that, MX? Says, yes, Alicia. Here we go. Hey, Bear, what's going on? Welcome. She said he was trying to get smart and explain himself to Geraldo, to Gerald, from the North Carolina beat, but it backfired on him because he ain't added up. Okay, got it. Okay, so he was trying to check him and okay, got it. That makes sense. All right, so I think we about ready back from our commercial break here.
And it says it's an American Airlines flight. Scheduled time of departure from Los Cabos International Airport is 13:26 or 28 MST. And scheduled to arrive in Dallas Fort Worth at 17:10 Central Standard Time. Duration of the flight is 2 hours and 42 minutes. So really, he just proved everybody's point.
I'm sorry.
I know Nazir is college educated, but I'm like, were you thinking this out? I mean, I'm not understanding what he thought he was doing in posting this information.
These narcissists,
but he posted it.
They think they can get away with stuff because they really think, with their magical thinking that, whatever they say, that they're going to be able to convince you that that's true, right? Because in their minds, they really, believe it too. So, he was probably super convinced that they mostly know that they're very good liars and that they could just, make any story believable. So I'm sure he probably was not, having no problems with thinking that he was going to, be able to tell us anything and get away with it.
So it's there. So we know his time that he left Charlotte. We know what time that plane departed to go to Dallas-Fort Worth. We know what time he was scheduled to go from Dallas-Fort Worth to San José del Cabo. That plane was to depart at 10:30 a.m., okay? Well, it just so happens that according to the flight archives, which is available on the internet for free.
Ooh, free.
That's the thing. If you don't know how to research, you're not going to find a lot of information. But if you've got somebody that knows how to research, you can pretty much find anything you really need.
And we appreciate you.
And we need this information because it needs to be out there.
Yes.
So his flight departed late that day. It didn't depart until 10:45 a.m. Central Time. And it arrived at 12:14 p.m. Mountain Time. All right. He was on aircraft A321. That is not the flight number. That is the aircraft. The flight was 2 hours and 28 minutes long.
Whoa.
Nazir Wiggins can say what he wants to say, but he was there when all of this transpired inside of Villa Linda in the Fundadores Beach Club. He knows exactly what happened. And I don't know why he keeps trying to pick with Gerald Jackson, because it's doing nothing for him. It is just making him look worse and worse and worse.
That's his alter ego. Nazir and Nazira.
And for whatever reason, Nazir is the only one that cannot keep his mouth shut. That says something, guys. That says something. I still say the loudest one is the weakest one. And Nazir Wiggins is the weakest link in the Cabo Six. And I will stand on that.
Yeah.
And you hide and watch and see if that doesn't turn out to be true. So I just wanted to post this information because I don't need to call the airport. I don't need to call American Airlines. I don't need to do any of that.
Yeah.
I have the actual receipt right here for everyone to see.
We thank you so much.
And it, like I said, it is available on the internet if you know what you're looking for. Archived flight data. So I just wanted to show you guys the receipt that shows that Nazir Wiggins was in that villa.
Wow.
When that stuff happened. Okay.
So then, what do y'all think about now? What I wanted to do was go back and play that one. It was a real short video, like 4 minutes or so, of the video, somebody videoing, and then we thought that it was somebody FaceTiming Nazir. But now, since we got this proof here that he was actually there, I don't know. I'm interested to play that video again, see what's going on. He's telling a lie after lie. Yes. Thank you, Tanika. See, Baby Sis says Nazir lied about his estimated time of arrival, and it's downhill from there. Yes, it is. Yep. Whenever you tell a lie, you just might as well, just get prepared to get caught, because you don't know what you left out of the story to make it believable. And that's when they start adding stuff back, because they realize, like, oh, I got to tell them this so they'll be able to believe it when I say that, right? Yes, these liars, they all were involved. Hey, Debbie Holloway, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, we believe in that too, that, it was planned out, and it was, they executed their plan. And to the extent he just sound dumb to me. Yeah, I agree. I felt that way when he first got on that first interview way back when this thing first came out. I was like, what is this? If anybody can see that this guy is totally full of BS, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Pam. I appreciate that. See, I just put it out there, and my chat come through for me and love me up. Let me know what all these young people terms are. IMO means, in my opinion. Thank y'all so much, keeping me up to date and useful here. See, Beverly Fox said he was smoking. I know. He was like, let me put this blunt down. And I'm put my hand on the Bible here. That way y'all know for sure I am not lying, because I said I put my hand on the Bible. And then that takes care of everything right there. Because I put my hand on the Bible and I'm not lying. Hey, Shadow, what's going on? He forgetting what he lied about. Exactly. That's what happens when you tell a lie, right? That's why it's best to just go ahead and tell the truth, because the truth is just the truth, right? And you can't go wrong with that. Pam says he is not kin to Dejanay, but he does have a criminal background that he admits to. Gerald or Nazir? Let's see here. Yes, Debbie. All right. How long Nazir known Dejanay? Yeah, I had heard they were no, not him. Malik is the one. Is a good friend, and he's the one I think they say live in Connecticut. I get these names mixed up sometimes, but yeah. Nazir definitely is the weak link with his big mouth. Superstar Graham says, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Superstar Graham. Appreciate that. Let's see. Miss V. Lewis says, tell him to put the blunt down before he try lean to the blogs. I know, huh? Poor thing. Debbie Holloway says, they said they were all friends for about 10 years. Oh. We heard that Kali was the friend, for the many years, and that the rest of them were people she went to school with. And so they're people will they were just people that she knew from school. According to them. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, all right, welcome back. Say 10:30 a.m. DFW. It's 9:30 Cabo. Dejanay something. Flight will is 9:30 in Cabo. Is that what you're saying? Dejanay's gonna be in Cabo by 9:30. 10 a.m. DFW. Day flight. I don't know that one. Okay, so I agree. Somebody's agreeing with you. TY Superstar Graham. Thank you, Superstar Graham. Okay, a few more here. Nazir show looks purty. Did he look purty on that? I was like, ooh. You guys see, yeah, he was looking purty. That's why I said he's got his alter ego. I was just like, who is that? Yeah, he was looking purty over there. Yeah, show enough. All right, so then that was our yeah, everybody thought that was funny there. All right, so take Dejanay hair off her head and she resembles Nazir. Nah, she looks bigger than Nazir to me. Nazir looked like a little dude. He a little skinny something. Ooh, my goodness, how did y'all be getting a whole bunch of comments up in here? Okay, let me kind of pop around here, clear this up. So he lied about not being there. That's what it looks like. That's what it looked like. And that's why I feel like that's true too, because he kept trying to distance himself for the whole thing. Like he kept making, that's how you tell people lying to when they keep like pointing out the details. See, look, I wasn't even here. And see, you can tell I wasn't lying because this, that, and the other. So that's how, these people be getting down and stuff too, like that. Yeah, I keep looking at my phone, y'all, because, I still have that Turo business. And so I still have to do some things with that, y'all. Yeah, I believe he did lie. Somebody already told me that one. People usually lie out of fear. Yep, I agree. That's fruit from the poisonous tree. Once you're caught in a lie, everything else you say is null and void. I totally agree. Okay, so now we're going to get ready for, I don't even think that one person is here that wanted this Nancy Grace thing. But we're going to go on and do it because we kind of got through some of it yesterday. And we'll just finish it up today. It had quite a few commercials on it, and with no breaks in it to know like when the dialogue and all that good stuff was coming in there. All right, so let me see here. Here's a new person there. No, a welcome back person. Cirrus Ross said he was there just like I thought. Okay. All right, so then that's when we should definitely go back to that other video then, because now this is kind of making us think a little bit different, because if he was there, and I want to see me going back over here, because then we still wasn't sure about if that was FaceTime or that was him actually there. See, so let's see here. Said, I believe that Nazir is the godfather of Dejanay's child, so they're close. Okay, I thought they said it was Malik. If he was the last one there and he was there when it happened, he's probably the one that gave the info to Dejanay to motivate the attack. Yeah, we was thinking that it was Kylie who was the one, the mastermind, who was, the puppet master, orchestrating everything and making the, creating the fight and creating all of the issues there. So let me see here. Who was that? That was hell of a chick too that had that. No, it wasn't. Was it Tessa? I don't know. Who was that? We got that one video from, y'all. I know it was yesterday. I think it was this here. Let me see. Kylie was jealous. So sorry. All right, this one is Kylie was jealous of Shanquella Robinson. He's the ringleader. Yeah, this is one where we was thinking that where we was breaking down that Kylie is the ringleader. All right, this here's 11 minutes. Oh yeah, this is from Barbershop Talk. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna stop this, share this screen here, and Kylie is the ringleader, according to this guy.
Yo, and welcome to Barbershop Talk TV. Let's fix the camera real quick.
All right.
All right, let's fix the camera. Let's fix it. Not Malik Dyer. Khalil Cook. This boy was jealous of Shanquella. Who does that? What did he do that? You get an insight of him when you listen to the sister interview. This guy knew the codes to the phone. This guy knew how the family moved. Yeah, Khalil Cook. This was him. Baby Bop. He knew how, say, for instance, the family moved. I can tell. The beginning, I wanted to come out and say that, but now.
This is a great point, Regiment 65. But wait, if he got there at 12:14, getting off the plane, getting his luggage, maybe getting his ride, and then getting to the place, he probably got there close to 2 p.m., which means that it's true that he got there after all this happened, because that one video, we had determined that it was in the morning time that the attack happened, right? So if he got there after 12, then you're right, Regiment 65. He wasn't there during the time of the attack, right? Because, wait a minute. Yeah, he could have been, because the attack happened the next morning, not the day of. So this means that hell of a chick is right. So if he got there the day of, because the attack happened the next morning. So if he got there that afternoon, the day before, then he was there. I just saw that, and it made me think that you were right. But then after I did the math and remembered that we had determined that it was in the morning time, I don't think he was there.
All the time is but this guy seeing how the family moved. Let's say if the family wasn't getting along, if Quilla wasn't getting along with him, this guy went and mastered all of that right there. What makes a boy, because this is not a man, get so jealous? Well, okay, the next person with the bag. It's about the bag these days, I guess, you know. But guess what? This guy need to turn his balls in. This guy need to be kicked in the marshmallows. Why can't he be kicked in the marshmallows? Khalil Cook need to be kicked in the marshmallows, y'all. He need to be kicked in his marshmallows. Going to Shanquella Mama house with that great lie. Calling from Cabo. Oh, the girl's sick. We know how it go. We got to keep it alive. We got to keep it alive over here at Barbershop Talk TV, since people say ain't nobody talking about it. So Khalil Cook need his marshmallows kicked in, you know. And while they do it, they need to kick Malik Dyer's marshmallows in. That guy need to turn his balls in. What is it? Shanquella, you ain't gonna fight back. And guess what? Malik didn't defend her. Malik sitting over there to the left with the camera phone or whatever the hell he doing and not defending her. He can say whatever he want. Malik, did you call Miss Robinson? What did you call and tell Miss Robinson, bro? Oh, Shanquella don't feel good. But did you tell her what was she drinking? Where was she at? Was she on the floor? Come on, man. No, he did not. And then this guy come back and fly back after all this. Say this is 8 hours. This girl laying around. The doctor, they get the doctor report. Come back. The doctor. I called poison. But didn't come back and tell the real story to the Robinsons, though. And see, here's the thing, though. You need to be glad that they didn't have no men in the family. That's what we could have called them on the second day. If I was Shanquella's cousin, you came over there, bro, I would have caught you on the second day out there in America on the front porch. Would have turned over the damn ducks and goose, whatever was in the yard. Would have tore the yard up. You would not have got to your car. This is not a threat. This is just saying, because I would have caught that, bro. I would have caught that. You know, I'd have been hitting my black. I've been upset. I've been sitting there just listening, looking at this guy demeanor. And then before he got up, I'd have clearly just walked to the door, act like I was just, upset, because that's where I'm gonna catch him going out the door, because this guy right here, dog, it's foul. Why don't you call the mom, bro? Why don't you call the sister? And then what's crazy, the sister say this guy all out in Vegas last year, this time in October, with their family, though. Not even caring, though. And when you look at this picture,
remember that pic we saw of him? Oh, I think it was on here.
But this guy don't care. Look the way he's looking at the family. Let's put it up.
Okay, yeah.
Let's put it up here. This guy cannot care. Where's it at? Don't run. I got you. Don't try to hide, bro. Where?
This
guy
so
do not care.
Telling.
Hang on one second. Where's the picture?
You can see the disgust in his eye.
Well, anyway, the picture, boom, right there with him standing with the family.
Look at there, y'all. You can see look how he's cutting his eyes at them. Yeah. And to know that he would betray them ultimately so horribly at a later time, and he up there.
And this guy feels some type of way. You mean to tell me you feel some type of way, huh? And what's crazy with Khalil, this reminds me of female tendencies. This reminds me of female tendencies. How a female get a little angry and they start envy. Not knocking the females. This guy has some type of female tendencies.
And then somebody else just said that most of the XY chromosomes in the group were G or B from the LGBT. They were had alternative choices. They always changing the names and stuff, so I'm always worried about what to say. But so him thinking that he had some female tendency kind of explains all of that. If they went both ways. Says Malik posted it, but he shut down his social media. Okay. Pam heard that too. See too many versions everywhere. Yes. Baby Sis says, I'm starting to think Nazir did that fracture fractured fairy tale because he was upset over not being told what they did to Shanquella when he called before his arrival. So he walked into a nightmare. So you're still thinking that he came the next day? Let's see. All right, the journey to justice. Hello, welcome to the chat. Said he got in traffic for an hour. He may have just had a carry-on, didn't have to wait for luggage. That's true. No attack happened on the day she passed. Let's see. The attack happened on the day that Nazir arrived. But the attack happened in the morning time. So that's why I'm saying that, it could be possible that he wasn't there for it. And maybe that's why he, keep on standing on that saying, I wasn't there.
Khalil Cook, did he get tired? I'm tired of Quilla. And I guess he had to go ahead and get it over with in Cabo. Something boiled over with his gown. Was tired though. That this guy had to keep the Quilla room. Quilla definitely be in that room. Dude out in Cabo with the safest of the door open over there, the screen door, the sliding door. Would she be in her room with the door unlocked, that sliding door unlocked and everything new? Would she be in that nude? Or would Khalil have the key or the pass to get in her room to bring Cabo 6 in there? Because they came in ready. Khalil was ready. Malik was ready. Silk right here. He wanted to see Shanquella fight back. Platts wanted to see Shanquella fight back, and that's why he need his balls taken. I know about 2 or 3. It's crazy. This guy, I know about 2 or 3 people that want to throw hands with Platts. You ain't gonna hit back. Platts said you is not gonna hit back. Well, dang, you ain't gonna hit back. Platts was like, hit back. Platts wanted to see a fight, and guess what? Khalil Cook didn't care. All of a sudden, Cabo 6 became his best friends over in Cabo. He was not loyal to say this is Robinson no more. As we see, we have to keep this alive out here in America because they did that crazy mess and came back to America. We don't want to go be in America. I ain't got time for that. I'm too old for this damn out here in America. Hey, I got a family. I got kids.
All right, so Ebony brings up a great point here. Says the attack happened the morning of October 29th, and Nazir arrived sometime that afternoon of the 29th. Yeah, I agree with you, Ebony. I think that's about right there. And Shadow says one ticket didn't list his name, but Hellebuds did. And she also pointed out that he had posted, I guess, his return flight or return ticket. Hey, Arnisha says, yes, the animosity that he has just devilish. Yes. You can see it too in his face. Sirius Rod said Mexico got video of him getting off the plane and the plane arrival time. Yeah, everything's on video nowadays. Nazir was still part of the cover-up. Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't get off on anything. And then he's the one that's been opening his mouth, leaking out everything, right? So, let's see. One ticket didn't have the name. Okay, I already said that one. Let's see. After the fact, let's see. If Shanquella was attacked first thing in the morning, clearly something happened between the time she went to sleep and when the attack took place. To me, I felt like it was part of the plot, right? Because everything seemed so staged, and the energy around it, like when they were showing, posting even the drinking game, it didn't look like they were having fun. It looked like they were going through the motions so when they gave their story about the alcohol poison, it would have some validity because, see, look, we were posting the pictures of us playing the drinking game. And that's what happened. That's how she got the alcohol poison, because she wasn't doing well in the games. We post, and they were drinking with the tacos, it was like they were just, staging it. So when they gave their alibi, or their story, it would show the proof. Like, see, look, they had drinks with dinner. They drank more after dinner. They was just drinking. Here, just drink. So to be able to paint the picture so people can accept it when they say she passed from alcohol poison, right? And the Journey to Justice says the big question is, who was she expired or not when he came? Don't make sense. Yes, she was definitely expired, because what we do know is that the death certificate stated that she had the atlas luxation injury and also the spinal break in the back. So, and if someone has that injury, that the lifespan is 15 minutes after receiving that injury. We also know that we saw in the video when the injury happened. We saw when the person who they're saying is Dejanay grabbed her by the neck and slung her over with her legs were crossed, slung her over and snapped her neck. We saw her head fall off of its body. The only thing that kept it from falling to the floor was that it was inside of this neck, but the head was not completely off of the body. And you can see that in the still shots, even, when it happened, you can see it. And you also see the bow in the back that broke the spinal cord. You see that. You see the contortion in the back and the obvious injury to the head and neck. And that's when she expired. So 15 minutes after that happened, and we saw that was in the morning time. So it's highly likely that when Nazir arrived that afternoon, not highly likely, if she, if that happened in the morning time, it's true that when he arrived hours later, that she was already expired, because it was only a 15-minute lifespan. And so, yeah, she was already gone. And Shadow says, Sear is glad they got him on video. Bless the camera. Yes. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Moving on down here. On another note, I love your butterfly backdrop. Thank you so much. Yes, it was inspired by this whole injury. And I always felt partial to butterflies too, because, it gets to metamorph into this phenomenal creature, started crawling off on the belly. And then, it goes off into the being able to fly and stuff like that. And so I liken that to the healing process and to victims becoming survivors, getting your wings and soaring off into this whole survivor cloud. Let's see. JP6 said, it looks like a plot. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you could tell it was a plot, because otherwise, why were all these little scenes already pre-planned, pre-populated and stuff too? And I always go back to the video of whomever it is saying, we got our first body. That lets me know that this was already planned. And to how vicious it was, like, what were they thinking was going to happen if it was just, going to be a beatdown? I don't see it being so intentional. We waking you up in the morning, we catching you off guard, we're going to sneak you and, ambush you and take care of you. So to me, it just insinuates that there was definitely a plan to do some, serious harm. And then too, why they go to Mexico for this.
Don't come over here with that. Put me in the predicament. Me and the rest of the American people, whites, blacks, Africans, Chinese, whatever you name. We don't want no part of that. Khalil Cook was jealous of Shanquella Robinson. We calling this guy the ringleader. He was the closest. Khalil Cook. This one here, baby powder. And you gotta give him a name, baby powder. It's marshmallow. But what man will walk up in the room, in your little best friend room, overseas, and watch you get whipped, and then fly back? Tell your mama all this and fly back. Go to the house, and then don't come back. Why ain't this guy call Miss Robinson back? Because Khalil Cook was jealous of Miss Robinson's daughter. A boy, a grown boy. They're supposed to be a boy, they're supposed to be a man, and this is not a man, though. And he sat there and watched Platt sit up and say that the sister's not fighting back. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does it? Let this guy sit here and say Quilla ain't gonna fight back. Guess who? Guess who? Guess who would do it? Guess who would do that? Khalil. He did it. He did it. We got the three women right there. You got Winter. You got Street Fighter Dejanay. And you got Elise. is at least out here telling it or whatever. People say she trying to video it or whatever. But look at that. He brought two.
Y'all know what I think? I think Nazir is the one that turned in all the evidence and stuff. And that's why he's making sure he's distancing himself, because if he was involved in the plot from the beginning or involved in it anyway, I don't think he would have been opening his mouth. I think the reason why he's talking is because he, feel like, well, I didn't do it. Like it was, she was already gone before I got here. And then in his little toddler mind, he thinks, by telling his story that he's going to be able to, distance himself from it and, give himself a real alibi. Yeah. So, yeah.
Two back to the house. Elise probably couldn't take it. I can't go over there and look them in the face. But Khalil brought him back. How did he do that?
Because we found out yesterday that Elise is connected, highly connected, with her family, got ties to the governor and other people with status in their states. So, yeah.
The Robinsons want to see y'all. And we need to go ahead and get this over with. Yes, I was jealous of him. His PPP loan, people say PPE loan, didn't work out right. Quilla's worked out right. Quilla had a business mind. Quilla was the boss bee, as they say, and at her rally and all of this. What happened, Khalil? You supposed to grind the way she grind, bro. You supposed to grind the way she grind. This guy did some damn whole stuff. He did some whole stuff. This guy is weak. This guy is soft. Khalil Cook need to turn his little marshmallow. He need to turn his baby powder pouch in. That's what he need to do. He need to turn his damn baby powder bag, shoes, or whatever collection. And this guy was clearly jealous of Shanquella, probably the family, the mom, and everything.
What the baby powder reference mean? If it means something, I don't know. What is he saying, that he's just immature, or is that some type of something to do with being on playing for the other team? What that mean?
Look at him before we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at him. What trip was this? Was this the Vegas trip year before last? All with the family. Looking over at them like, this time next year. This time next year. Malik could be saying, hey, Quilla, you ain't gonna fight better. This time next year. He organized to get all them there. Khalil.
Yeah.
Khalil Cook. Listen to the mom. The best friend that I'm supposed to know is Khalil Cook. I don't know like the other ones like that. I know she went to college with. But what we know is Khalil Cook, jealous man, boy.
Yeah.
With the beard. And I guarantee he ain't got it. This guy walking around with a corona mask on just like Elise.
And then too, y'all, a lot of people have said that like the transgender or some of the gay XY chromosome people have a real legitimate disdain for XX chromosomes, and that they are rageful and don't really care for the XX chromosomes too much. So who knows? Maybe it's why what was leading to this jealousy. M. Mac has a great question here. It says, 2 pieces of the puzzle I'd like to see placed. Shanquella's current boyfriend, why didn't he go? 2, the person who informed Shanquella that it was a fight by caller ID or trace. The person who informed Shanquella, probably her people, that it was a fight by caller ID or trace. Yeah, I'm sure the FBI is working on that. And I was curious too about the boyfriend, like, I guess things are a little bit different. I just know back in my day, I don't know if, if I had a boyfriend that I'd be allowed to go on a vacation or, leave somewhere with 3 other men there, or be a, kind of a third wheel. I guess it was 3 ladies and 3 guys. So I don't know. Just, maybe things are different now. People are a little bit more relaxed or something like that. I don't know. That's I was questioning that too, in Mac. I was wondering about that too. I love the butterflies too so much that they are on my back like a parrot. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm feeling that too. The butterfly energy. All right, let's see here. So Okay, we're gonna get finished on up with Mr. Barbershop Talk here, and then I'm gonna try to move down to the middle part because I'm getting behind on these here chats. So let's finish up here, Barber Talk, and then we're gonna listen to Nancy.
He ain't got that beard. He probably got a bald head. This guy walking around with a Corona mask. Wow. He flew back, left an African American over there, went by what some Spanish people said and left. That was cold.
He ain't go by.
Listen, if you're new here, the Barbershop Talk TV, I in America, like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe.
And I wouldn't say that, yes, I agree she could be strong, but it was a technique, right? You know what I mean? It was like she went for the neck and she, there's like a technique for breaking the neck, right? For like the chickens or even, even the wrestling and stuff like that. To me, it looked like she did a technique, right? She did a technique and, it looked like she did a technique, and she used the momentum. And then we saw one video that kind of had, with a still frame where we could see that her feet were crossed. Shanquella's feet were crossed under her, so she was caught in an awkward angle, and then she was slung. She grabbed her by her neck and then slung her in the momentum, and then held on to her neck. So that's how it was able to. She was able to snap it off, snap her head off her neck. Yeah. That's what makes me feel like it was, a planned attack to do that, because, she went right for that technique. Looked like she had been practicing it, and almost lifted her hands up in triumph when she finished. It was, was something to see there. Thank you for your comment, Charlene. Hey, what's up, T Good? How was she able to move her arms and hair? Let's see. The Journey to Justice says, who dressed her? Those were rumors, and I was on the side of not believing that they did that, because like I said, I've years of experience working with spinal cord injury patients, and also when somebody expires, it is very difficult to move a paralyzed body. It's very difficult to move a deceased body because of the weight, the dead weight. And so that's why I didn't believe that they did anything. And then the other thing, which makes me believe that they didn't dress her body or move her body, is because of the traumatic injuries that she had. I used to work also in trauma. So one of the things that was, a challenge to do was moving a patient who had been, the body traumatized, like maybe they were in a car accident and they had a, severe impact, so their body is crushed. It takes, something. You have to be trained or have a eye or a heart or a feeling to be able to touch a body that's been mangled all up like that. And we saw the injuries to the head and neck, right? So I'm thinking that would have been, too much for, a regular person to say, I'm going to do this. And then, like I said, it's really difficult to dress a paralyzed body, and let alone a deceased body with obvious traumatic injuries like the head. That would have freaked anybody out to see a head dangling around like that. And then the way the back was broken up, and then rigor mortis, all those things. I don't believe that they dressed her body. I think they already had their alibi purchased and paid for. So what would be the use of us, struggling to try to address the body and move it further and all that stuff? Yes, I don't believe that they dressed her. I think that's all fake. All fake. And Rhoda says, if you capture a caterpillar, it will never turn into a butterfly. Oh, that's a good point there. So we want to keep ourselves Free, and then you got to continue your journey too, so you can be the butterfly. I look at that suit he gave, the green suit. Oh my goodness. Poor dude, he getting called out for everything. All right, so see, Charlene said, but Dejanay didn't seem strong as struggling doing push-ups. Yeah, I agree. Too, right? Didn't y'all see that? And then too, the way how straight the back was. Yeah, it did seem like she was that was pretty easy for pretty easy to do. So yeah, I agree with you. And then, like I said before, there has been some questioning about the gender of this Dejanay person. A lot of people are suspicious that it's an XY chromosome, and and that's what people have a problem with, because people are saying that they identify with certain things, but if you are born with the XY chromosome, you are born with a skeleton that is particularly for XY chromosomes, right? So you're going to have bigger muscles, stronger bones, bigger bones. You're going to have some advantages if you have a Y chromosome that an XX chromosome is not going to have. And that's what makes people outraged if someone was pretending to be, or if someone was identifying with being an XX chromosome and they weren't. And to do something like this is totally horrific and awful. It's awful. And that, people are doing this stuff. And then getting offended when people that do have an XX chromosome, or even XY chromosome, people that's admitting and accepting that, have a problem with the XY chromosome, saying that you need to accept me for being an XX chromosome. Anyway, y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel. Oops.
He need to be hit in the marshmallow's heart, because this guy has marshmallows. He won't work Quilla. You'll never be a female. You'll never be a lady. You'll never be a lady, bro. When I look at you, I'm the guy to tell you, you'll never be a lady, man. Ever. You won't have the fibroids. You won't have the estrogen. You have testosterone, bro. You don't have estrogen. Females have estrogen. Why want some estrogen and not testosterone? Bro, you got to deal with God. You got to deal with God. Tell God and ask God why Quilla wouldn't fight back. Ask God. When you see him, ask God why this guy wouldn't fight back. This ain't no threats. Don't do nothing to him. We just want to ask him a question while he's breathing. He's got to be charged, locked up in Mexico. I'm going to get ready to get up out of it. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Khalil. What is that? Khalil Cook being jealous of our sister.
Yeah, we agree with you. We feel he was jealous. So he do some good work there on there. It's Barbershop Talk. We thank you so much for your contributions here. So we coming in, getting ready for our audio of Nancy Grace that we didn't finish on last night. So we're going to finish it up tonight. All right. So y'all up in here in this little chat getting down here. Rhoda says they was all jealous and up to funny business. Shanquella was beautiful, and I don't think she was into the funny business. Some bisexual women can be mean girls. Wow. Yes, does anybody else find it odd that, they had an odd number like that? An odd number. Yeah. I don't know, because like sometimes I would feel, funny, like if I was invited and there was like couples or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be the third wheel or the fifth wheel or the seventh wheel, right? You don't want to be the oddball. Like, why? Or the oddball. Especially if you have a boyfriend too, right? I wonder what they said to, convince her or to make her feel comfortable to go there alone and not equal, not paired off with somebody. Yeah. Hey, Ty Lieber, what's going on? All right, Ty Lieber in the hizzy. And see here, Journey to Justice says, and they all were up so early. Why didn't they do it that night? Why wait till the morning? It's something on that video of the taco party. She got mad after seeing that. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't know. But yeah, there was talk that, she was going to expose, some people for some stuff, and it wasn't appreciated. And then too, I remember hearing the Dejanay character, saying, "I'm tired of it," and unleashing that rage and fury with those words too. Ebony says the police report also says she was found in the living room, but we know the attack happened in the bedroom. Yes. And remember, we're pretty much knowing that the police report was fake, was what they purchased alibi, right? Because we know that no doctor, no nurse, no type of staff came in there and found anything, no signs of life, because we saw the video. After that video that morning, 15 minutes after that, shaken down to the ground in the intentionally attacking the head and neck area, we know that 15 minutes after that, she was expired. So the police, the maid came and brought in, their alibis, and they just wrote that stuff. None of that stuff happened. I don't believe any of those things happened. I definitely know that they weren't doing any CPR on a body. I know that they weren't trying to start an IV. She would have had no signs of life, period. With the severed, the spinal cord, the head being knocked off the neck, there's no breathing, right? So she wouldn't have been able to breathe. She wouldn't have been able to scream. She wouldn't have been able to talk. She wouldn't have been able to do anything. So they made up that lie to make it seem like they were working on her, and they lost her in the midst of care, right? Because we know that real professionals wouldn't have stayed on the scene with an injury like that. They would have stabilized the person and gotten them to a hospital, because she needs emergency surgery to reattach her head. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Journey says, why did they take her into the living room? The maid found her in her room. Yes, so that's how I'm saying that they didn't take her into the living room. I think that's part of the story, right? That's part of the story. Like I said, if the maid is admitting to finding her where we saw her last lay, that's where she was. And the rest of that is just story for the alibi that goes with the whole alcohol poisoning, right? Because another time, Nazir said that the maid found her over the toilet. See, so they're always changing the story. A lie is always forever changing. Charlene says Shanquella was a little bitty lady who did not fight back, so anyone could have targeted her. For that reason, Dejanay took advantage of the opportunity. Yes, I agree. Hey, Helen Henry. All right. Nazir said the maid found Shanquella slumped over the toilet. Yeah, right. Which was a lie. Yeah, somebody had to slump her over the toilet, because we know she couldn't have gotten there by herself if she was found there. Dejanay just had a baby less than a year ago. She just one of those tall and big bone type chicks with brute strength and Jamaican roots. Thank you, baby sis. All right. And Tista Tales and the lead attorney had excellent videos with Geraldo. He gives the maid account. Yeah, we saw Tista's. I said I was going to the lead attorneys. His was so long, though. We'll find a little shorter one on him too, and play that though. But we did see Tista's and the reporter's interview. So that was something really good that we saw there. All right, so we're getting ready to check out Nancy's story again and hear what she's got to say. Let me just scroll down to the bottom, pick out any major people or some new people. Here's a new person. Hey, Sean said, who sent Gerald Jackson the video? I don't know. Or does anybody know who sent Gerald the video? I think they had to include Shanquella for cash reserve. Plus, I read the villa was part of her timeshare. Oh, okay. She paid half the reserve to reserve it. They didn't pay her back. She probably asked for the money. Oh, and then they just got dirty with her. Pam says, so Nazir helped them with his lie. Why didn't he say she was in the bedroom? He was in on it. Yeah, I agree. I think he was in on it. I don't think he was innocent of it. What's up, Shauna TV? Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. Here's another new name. Vanessa Jones says Shanquella Robinson was in the bathroom, the living room, the gang room. They can't even get the one lie straight. This is ridiculous. Yes, I agree. I'm going more for, she was found in the bedroom on the floor where we last saw her after the attack. What's up, Helen? Why was Shanquella walking recording saying where y'all all at? It don't take that long to get naked. Where they supposed to be going swimming, or is that some kind of slang? I don't know. The rumor that I heard was that she was busting some people out about being XY chromosomes, and you were supposed to take the clothes off to see the parts to show, who was who and who was, what was what. And yeah, that's what I heard. And then, of course, that may have infuriated the ones that was trying to hide the fact that they had a Y chromosome and, wasn't going to be able to get naked, right? Because get naked was going to be revealing some stuff. So I don't know, Helen. That might be part of the reason why. You see, Cyrus Ross says exactly. Okay, so Nazir telling nonstop lies, but why if he walked in on a expired Quilla? Yeah. All right. So let's see. Our next video, like I said, it's going to be Nancy's interview. It's just a podcast, so it's no vocals. I mean, no visuals. So we'll just let the okay, here's some more new people up here. Hey, Sean. Inline stabilization, open airway, CPR until paramedics arrive. Elise and Dejanay had medical background. That's right. That's the other way we know that they didn't mean for her to come back. They didn't not mean for her to survive, because at no point did somebody do something. And they too know that, calling 911 for help, right? And then too, I remember way back when this first happened, back in November, the report said that Elise called 911, right? So if they have medical training, exactly. Good point, Sean. Good point. If they have medical training, your training is going to snap in and you're going to know immediately what to do. Just like you said, inline stabilization, open airway, CPR until paramedics arrive, right? They didn't do none of that stuff. And that's how I believe that it's highly unlikely that they were saying, no, she's just dehydrated, right? Yeah, all lies. Good point there. So that means that they knew better and they still chose not to get her care, give her any help, assistance, or nothing. Vanessa Jones says someone sent the video to Shanquella's sister and she sent it to Gerald Jackson and asked him to release it. And that's how the public got involved. Yeah, but we heard the other day, the dad had did an interview to where he had said that it was he was the one that gave the permission to release the video. That he found out about it during the wake, and said to release the video. He saw it and was the one that informed mom and them. Shawana TV says, this story reminds me of Kanika Jenkins' story. You know what? Because, it keeps coming up here in the chat too. A lot of people are reminded of that. And that's one of the reasons why we continue over here to lift up our voices to say justice for Shanquella, because if we believe that once we get the justice for Shanquella, that's going to give us the leverage to be able to go back and get justice for Kenneka Jenkins and all of the other femicides, all of the other solved crimes against women and just against people in general. Like I said here, we're not just focused on women here because we do see that there are some men that are also victims and need our help to keep a voice too. So yes, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Is the lead attorney addressed the credentials of Geraldo? Yes. And okay, so let's see, Skippy here. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Thumbs up. And thank you again. Let's see here what these thumbs are looking like. Oh, that ain't me. What is my thing? Okay, y'all doing fair on the thumbs. I sure appreciate y'all so much for giving me these thumbs up. Let's see here. Winter called 911. Yeah, that was in the story. That's what they said, that Winter called 911. Yeah, I remember reading that too. Thank you, Ty Lee. I appreciate you. Let's see. The journey to justice, I think because Dejanay is a nurse or LPN. What? She knew the signs, Shanquella signs were like the same as alcohol poisoning. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like somebody had knew something, right? Had a little bit of knowledge, and that's why they came up with this great excuse. And then too, we found out that Mexico, have they got coupons for these these alibis, right? We found out that just the next day there was an unaliving of a woman, and they used the same alcohol intoxication excuse. That these are, like I was saying, how you can go get those BBLs from Mexico or from some other little foreign country and get it for cheap. They're doing that with these alibis for why people got unalived. So people are doing that, like, it's a real thing. And I was explaining to y'all too that my oldest son's younger sister, Brittany Jasmine Hines, was found unalive back in 2011, and they took her body over 3 different states so that law enforcement would just be like, oh, well, it's not our problem, it's their problem, it's your problem, it's our problem, and nobody took responsibility of it because she was from California, a California resident. They had some surveillance footage of her in Las Vegas, and then her body was found in Arizona. And it's been unsolved to this day. So just like Kenneka Jenkins, we have other voices out there too. So that's why, we continue to lift our voice up for justice for Shanquella, because we are hoping that getting justice for Shanquella is going to help us to get justice for all of the other people too. Thank you so much, The Journey to Justice. A good point to bring out. See, Kenneka Jenkins' mom did not do a good job for getting justice for her daughter. That case was a big lie. Oh, I thought it was still open, like nobody, she didn't get any justice because, it's been cold. Spiritual One, all right. December 21st, still no arrest for the Cabo 6 murders. Wow, when? I agree with you. I feel you, we're all here waiting for something, and then it's like they're feeding us these little lies. Like a couple weeks ago, we was like celebrating, yay, hey, they got Dejanay, but then we find out that there's no arrest. So that's why we're gonna go ahead and finish listening to Nancy, because I believe she's going to tell us that nobody is arrested. And Pam says you're right at Deidre. There is a video of Quilla skinny dipping alone. The others did not join her. Yeah, see? And maybe that's why she was like, where y'all at? You don't take that long to get to get naked, right? I remember that video too. So, and then too, like I said, all of the video footage that we see, I can see and feel the tension in there. Like she's on the vacation with them, but she is alone. No one's interacting with her. She has been the oddball out for the whole vacation, for the whole time. They over here and she over there. And then when she come, everybody goes someplace else, or everybody's quiet. Like no one's interacting with her. No one's interacting with her. These are, big clues, big old clues. Let's see here. Baby Sister said all three of the females have connections in healthcare. Dejanay has a CNA. Not sure if the other two are licensed. Winter's mother owns a nursing home organization. Oh, okay. Let's see. Pam Miles says Dejanay is a customer service rep, but has a degree in healthcare administration. Elise is a CNA at assisted living. Okay, for her, probably with her mom or something like that. All right. Spiritual One said, there is no way I could continue on with my life without going for the entire Cabo 6. I would have nothing to lose. Oh. Superstar Graham said, I don't believe no one on the live Jenkins. She has a high school level, according to her autopsy. Oh, a high alcohol level. She has a high alcohol. Okay. Yeah, I never really did any research. I remember that story from years ago, but I didn't really do a lot of research, or I haven't heard a lot of information about it. So I don't know. All right, so let me see. Let me find our next. Here we go. Crime scene, and I wonder if I should. I'll just go. It's not gonna be any visuals. It's just gonna be audio. All right, I'm doing pretty good though. Let me just go and do these. Okay, I'll just do this while we're playing here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it down till I know that it's saying the right stuff.
En la temporada de retribuir, ¿quién? Store. Thanks, Sarah Lee, for being our partner.
Okay.
Big thank you to our partner, Grand Canyon University.
Okay, so while we're waiting for her commercial here, I'm just going to go down some of these here. Right, big sign. They left her to party by herself. Yeah. You noticed that too? I surely did. See, the police should have never allowed all 6 of them to walk away. They just didn't care. Yeah, and then they probably paid them, right? And then too, remember the one interview with the Spanish people, they said that the people that come, the first responders, they're not real police officers. They're not real first responders. They're just, regular people. And if they think that something, they just report what they see. So I think that they got around it by, they about their little alibi. And then by the time the higher authorities got the paperwork, by that time they had already, skipped out of here.
So. She's beautiful. She's smart. She is finishing up her business degree at school. She has a loving family. So how does this beautiful girl, she's 25, Shanquella, end up dead at a luxury resort in Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay, try to put the words in Mexico out of your head, because the crime that's happening right now is not her murder in Mexico. It's happening right here, I believe, in North Carolina, where the perps are hiding out. That's what's wrong today. We here in the U.S. are doing nothing to get justice in the murder of this 25-year-old beauty.
She said we're doing nothing here in the U.S. to get justice. This is Nancy Grace saying that we are doing nothing.
And when I say beauty, I mean beauty on the inside and the out. You know how hard that is to find somebody who's really gorgeous on the outside, and on the inside, they're just as gorgeous.
And those be the main people that get targeted to be victims too, right? It's like a prereq.
Okay. Why is the mother, Shanquella's mother, why does she have to send her other daughter, to be with us today because she is so upset she can barely speak. Why are we dropping the ball? Why don't we just go up to Lady Justice and rip away her shield and take her sword and put it in the Dixie dumpster? We are not seeking justice for this girl. And it will be a day that hell freezes over that I stop seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Wow.
I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Fox Nation and Sirius XM 111. You know how many times I have said to a jury, let me go to you, Kathleen Murphy with me, high-profile lawyer, joining me out of North Carolina at ncdomesticlaw.com. How many times have I said to a jury, Kathleen, I'm bringing you all this evidence. What do you want? A video? Well, in this case, we have a video.
We got a video.
Because not only did her girlfriends that she went away to this Lux vacation just down a hop, skip, and jump down the road from where Jennifer Aniston hangs out in Cabo all the time. Oh. Right down from that.
I'm going to trial today and I have a video.
Yeah, this girl is being murdered in her luxury suite bedroom.
Yes, that she paid for.
Beaten dead by one of her friend girls, and another person is videoing it. She is dead, and there's a video, Kathleen.
I cried when I saw that video. I posted on my personal Facebook page. But Nancy, my question is, did these folks plan this crime that occurred in Mexico in the United States? And if so, why are they not arrested right now for planning that crime?
Yes.
Even though it occurred in the United States.
Thank you.
Okay, as I often say, Kathleen Murphy, I don't know if they taught you with this in law school. I learned it in the courtroom. Screw them and the horse they rode in on. All right? I don't care if they planned it here, planned it in the hall, planned it in the doorway as they walked in her bedroom. She is dead because of a break to her spine. And you see in the video them waking. She doesn't have on any clothes. She sleeps without any clothes on. She's getting out of bed and they start beating her and hitting her in the head. And to you, Dr. Tim Gallagher, medical examiner, state of Georgia at pathcaremed.com. Dr. Gallagher, a medical examiner, has told me, in fact, I think it was you.
Look here. Thank you so much for Rhonda for your $20 super chat. All right. No comment, just pure love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all just showing me love.
Those blows to the head. You see on the video, they think it's funny. They're videoing killing the girl. That in one of those videos, part of it, you see her head go down like to the right with such force, she never gets up off the floor, sitting on.
And that's that part I always point out to y'all. You know what I mean? You can't hold your head down that far. You can't put yourself in that position. I don't care how flexible you are. So that's why people felt some type of way when they saw that, because you knew you saw, an unaliving. Yeah. And then the bow in the back, right? These are positions that your back, your spine cannot get in.
On the carpet again. She dies right there. Did you see the beating in the video, Dr. Gallagher?
I did, and at that point it looked like her spine was broken or her neck was broken.
Yep.
So it appeared as though the cervical vertebral column was dislocated from the skull itself.
She knocked her head off of her body.
That, we call that an internal decapitation, but it was a violent blow and it was a violent outcome, and it was just absolutely sad and no reason for it. That brought about her instantaneous demise.
Okay, right there. There's another cover up because according to police, she died 3 hours later. That did not happen. If you look at the actual death certificate, which I have right here in front of me, she died after just 15 minutes max.
Yep.
I don't know why the cops are saying 3 hours later, but you know what? I need to catch a lot of people up. I want to tell you with me a very special guest today, Shanquella, thank you for being with us. This is Shanquella's sister. What is your sister's nickname? I know you did not call her Shanquella all the time.
I called her Gotti.
Say what?
My nickname to her was Gotti. Godget. Gotti.
I kind of hate that you're hearing everything we're talking about, like cause of death and the internal decapitation, which means when your head is severed from the rest of your spine, but the skin is still in place.
Just like I told you.
Inside in your spine, you've been decapitated, but your head is still sitting on your body.
Yeah. If it wasn't for your head, be inside of the skin, it would have fallen to the floor because she knocked it off. But it laid inside of the casing of the skin. So that's why. But y'all could see it. If you get an opportunity to see the still shot of it, you can see that, her head is pretty much hanging into her chest because it's knocked off her of the.
Everybody, I want you to hear our friends at ABC listen.
That Friday evening, she seemed very excited about the trip, and she said she was getting ready to eat some tacos. They had a chef there. And I said, okay, love you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. And I've never spoken to my child again.
Not even 24 hours after her daughter landed in paradise, Salamondra says she got a worrying call from one of the friends who told her Shanquella wasn't feeling well.
And I said, well, what's wrong with it? And he said, alcohol poisoning. I didn't know what alcohol poisoning was, But he said, the doctor is on the way. And I said, well, how you know alcohol poisoning if the doctor haven't arrived yet?
You're hearing right there who I now consider to be a friend. This is Shanquella's mom speaking to us. That's Salamondra Robinson talking. Dr. Tim Gallagher with me, high-profile medical examiner out of Florida. You can find him at pathcaremed.com. And aside all of his education, catch this. He created the International Forensic Medicine Death Investigation Conference. He lives and breathes cause of death. So I guess you can see the vast dichotomy between what the medical examiner says. She died 15 minutes after, essentially, as you described, an internal decapitation.
Yeah. And
all the friends telling the mom on the phone it was alcohol poisoning, as if it was Shanquella's fault that she is dead. That shows she drank too much, she's dead. Did they really think we were going to believe that?
Well, Nancy, I guess in desperation, they would try any excuses better than none. But I don't really understand how they thought they would get away with it and without an autopsy being performed. This is definitely magical thinking on their part. And
I think they thought they were going to get away with it because they were counting on maybe Shanquella's family not having the resources to pay for an autopsy and to pay to have her body returned back to the States. And her dad came through for that. So I don't think they were expecting that. So that way, you only have to accept what we tell you that it's alcohol poisoning. See, look, we got the police report. We paid good money for this report, so here's the reason why.
And she exhibited no signs of alcohol intoxication during the video.
None at all.
Right.
That's a really good point. Dr. Tim Gallagher. And guys, I don't know if Fox Nation could play the video while we're talking, but there were several times in the video I had to just stop watching it because the video is so violent.
Yeah.
So I want to find out to you, Quilla Long, this is Shanquella's sister, who are these women in the video? There's a guy there too, right? Supposedly her best friend, her friend boy. A guy, it's not a boyfriend, but it's her friend.
That we don't know the females. We just know him personally. The other set of people are actually people who she went to college with.
Okay, guys, I went to college with. All right. Joe Bruno is about to join me from WSOC TV, and he is joining me, I hope, with some kind of an update on why these friends have not landed their rear ends behind bars.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Take a listen to our friends at ABC.
Salamondra again says she confronted one of the friends who lived nearby.
They say Shanquella didn't die from no alcohol poisoning. They say she had been beating her neck. He broke out in a sweat, and he came out of his shirt. He was sweating so bad. It's like he was eating him up.
But soon, another punch in the gut. Graphic cell phone footage leaked online appearing to show Shanquella naked, physically assaulted by another woman, while others appeared to watch on, even encourage it.
Look, can you at least fight back?
Oh, just
All
can't
six
even
of them had
hear
an
that.
opportunity to stop that situation. Neither one of them didn't do nothing about
Thank
it.
you, Cheryl.
Who give them the right to
Appreciate
take a
your
life?
super
You're
chat.
hearing the mom and dad speaking to our friends at ABC.
Oh, I think this is gonna be a commercial here. All right, shout out to Cheryl Jamerson for your super chat here. Really appreciate it. We got a little commercial break there, and just super grateful. Somebody else had put up a good question here. I'm going to respond to that, where they were this talk about there's another video, there's other videos, and what I wanted to say was that if there are other videos, then the one that they've shown us that we've seen has to be the last one, because we saw the death blow happen to the neck and the back being broken. We know that that was the cause of death, and that after receiving that injury, the lifespan, the life expectancy was 15 minutes. So there couldn't have been a video after that, unless somebody was just, doing more damage to her head and neck. But if the maid found her in that position on the floor like that, then that's why I'm thinking, like, if there were more fights that had happened before that, and then, didn't have any injuries. But from what I saw, it looked like she was, freshly standing there, not like she had been in a fight or anything, but kind of taken off guard. And then the attack was quick, it was swift. And look at here, you did another one. All right, Cheryl went twice. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But that's why I don't believe that there are other video. I think those were just rumors, because when we saw that one person was the one that actually, was responsible for it, I'm thinking that they started to try to put out the talk that there were other videos, so they could make everyone else that was there responsible too. Like, it was like, no, we all did it, right? We can't tell who the one did the death blow, because somebody said that Winter body slammed her, and I call BS on that, because a paralyzed body is extremely heavy. And then we saw Winter could barely do push-ups, right? We saw she could barely do her push-ups. And to say that she was able to lift dead weight, 100 pounds of dead weight from off the floor and body slam it, that's asking a lot, right? That's asking a lot to believe that, that could be possible. Oh, I'm missing my, sorry, y'all. Oops. It's just coming back.
The Blue Stone hits Amazon January. Author of Flying
Thanks again,
Solo
Cheryl.
Top of the World. Or when you check into a hotel in another country, including Mexico, you have to show your passport and all your ID. They don't let you just walk in and run to your room and raid the minibar. So this has got to be on record, right?
That's correct, Nancy. I'm confident the Mexican authorities have those people's passport information and also identified them and know their location in the United States. It's now a matter of going through the extradition process to bring them back to Mexico.
How the heck did they leave the country to start with? Irv Brandt, the medical examiner, says she did not die of alcohol poisoning. She died of basically internal decapitation. Her head was disconnected from her body, and then they hop on a plane and take off?
Yes, it's actually that simple. They obviously left while the investigation was ongoing. But now that it has been ruled a homicide and not an accidental death or death by alcohol poisoning, they can start the process to bring those people back to the country of Mexico.
I don't know why they let them leave to start with. That said, now we've got to get them back. Joe Bruno joining me, WSOC TV. Joe, what's happening and why?
Nancy, these friends who were on the trip with Shanquella, most have since deactivated their social media accounts. Many have changed their phone numbers. And I have been to the homes of 5 of the 6 of them, addresses associated with these people on the trip, and they are no longer there.
You mean they no longer live there, or they're hiding out?
They are either not answering, or neighbors have not seen them in weeks.
Oh, they in the basement, y'all.
You know what? Dr. Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst, joining me out of LA at drbethanymarshall.com. Dr. Bethany, there's nothing that screams, I did it, more than deactivating all your social and changing your cell number.
And just disappearing. Nancy, can you imagine going on a trip out of the country with a friend? That friend is sick or dies, and you flee? I mean, that speaks volumes.
Does that?
Even if there was no video, you have so-called friends who leave somebody in an ambulance. I mean, just picture that for a second. I mean, that is so...
They wanted them to have a hard time to find her. They wanted them to have a hard time recovering her body. That's what that was about. That's why they didn't, leave a number or take a number or, make sure they knew where to find her.
Then they go back to their mommy's homes. Then they deactivate everything. No wonder the one friend was sweating profusely when he came to Shanquella's family to confess what had happened. He wasn't sweating because he was so anxious about what happened to her. He knows he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail, Nancy. And, again, even if there was no video,
he's scared.
These friends were plotting this. This does not happen like in a blink of an eye in the spur of the moment. These friends were probably deriding Shanquella, saying horrible things about her, taking unflattering photographs, maybe not consciously planning to kill her, but at some sort of pre-conscious level, the attack was being planned. And I think that's what's so, horrible about this is she was sort of like the lamb to the slaughter. She had no idea. She called her mom and said she was about to eat tacos. She was having the happiest moments with new friends. I mean, if you ever hung out with new friends, it's so exciting to be with them and to get to know new people.
But again, y'all, when the videos that we've seen of this, it did not appear that there was any fun being had. It all seemed like it was all staged. All right, cue the laughter and action. Woohoo, we gotta have drinks. Drink, toss it up, woo, woo, woo. But nobody looked like they were having fun. It just seemed so fake, like it was staged to continue to give credibility to the story that we're going to tell later on. So it was like they had their planned excuse already set up. So we have to play this game. We have to document the fact that, there was a lot of drinking going on. So this helps to give, credibility to the lie. We was drinking.
These new people were plotting against her all the while.
What do we know about arrest warrants coming out of Mexico? Take a listen to our cut 43.
Okay,
this is Megan Bragg, WCNC.
This is the article that has been circulating on social media. It claims that there has been an arrest in the Shanquella Robinson case, but we wanted to walk you through the article because there are some red flags here. When someone reports and shares claims that are not verified, this is how misinformation spreads. First, the headline suggests Han Jackson was arrested in the United States. As of now, Mexican authorities have not publicly even named a suspect. They have issued arrest warrants, but haven't said who the warrants are for.
Okay, straight back to Joe Bruno joining us from WSOC. I heard the rumors and my cell phone blew up that there had been an arrest in Shanquella Robinson's homicide. Then quickly I learned that wasn't true. What do we know about any arrests or arrest warrants which would come out of Mexico?
Right, and I've talked to the FBI, U.S. Marshals, as well as the State Attorney General's office in Mexico. All tell me they do not have any information about an arrest being made. However, it is confirmed that an arrest warrant has been issued by the State Attorney General in Baja California Sur, where Cabo is. But like that report said, they have not identified the person by name. They have just said this is for the direct attacker in this instance.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, a prosecutor for Baja California Sur states that A friend of Robinson's, quote, who is the direct aggressor, which I take to mean the woman beating her in the head in the video, is being sought by international authorities on charges of femicide. Charges of femicide.
Wow. Now, I remember we broke down the definition of the femicide, and the dictionary definition clearly states that it is, from a man towards a woman, right? And then, people keep saying, well, that's not what it means, but I'm just going by what the definitions say. And then two, if it was just a regular homicide, why did they distinguish that and say femicide, right? So then we also learned that Mexico don't really prosecute anybody for femicide. They got their own problems there. They men are femicide. They men are unaliving the women over there at alarming rates. And actually read an article today that they're actually number 2. I was saying that they were number 5, but they're actually number 2. And we'll if we have time, I'll pull that up and we can go over that a little bit later. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting whenever I hear that word femicide.
Femicide, to my understanding, in Mexico is the way they describe the murder of a female. What is that, Joe Bruno?
Certainly. A femicide is basically when a female is murdered. They look at whether she was killed for reasons due to her gender or perhaps it was due to domestic violence.
Exactly.
Oftentimes when a woman is killed in Mexico, the case starts as femicide, and once they investigate, if they determine those aren't the factors, then it gets recategorized to a homicide. So it's essentially a type of homicide investigation by local authorities.
Take a listen to Hour Cut 46 from Newsy.
Mexican prosecutors have said the suspect is an American and the charges are femicide. Mexican prosecutors said in a statement, Robinson's death was the result of a, quote, direct attack, not an accident. Mexican law enforcement has requested the suspect be extradited back across the border so she can face charges. That would require U.S. authorities to hand over an American citizen to a foreign government.
She is going to have to be extradited to Mexico. I do see that happening.
Deborah Blum is a criminal defense attorney in New York. Blum says while she expects the extradition to happen, it could be a process to get it done.
They're going to have their day in court where the person that's accused of this gets to say, I don't agree to extradition, and then they get to have a judicial hearing in front of the judge.
The FBI has also opened an investigation into Robinson's death.
Thank God in heaven the FBI is on it. Okay, everything you just heard by that lawyer it's a technical legal term. It's Latin. It's called BS. You might be familiar with that because Aaron Brandt joining me from the U.S. Marshal Service.
Nancy said I call BS.
Extradition is not the killer's, quote, day in court. That's when you have a jury to determine if you're guilty or innocent.
Right.
And extradition is real easy. Let's just pretend Jackie Howard over there is a killer and I find her holed up under her mama's bed.
This is the second time that Nancy has said that extradition is easy. So it's easy.
But see, I don't have a court hearing about guilt or innocence. I drag her.
And thank you, by Shantae Thompson, for your $10 super chat. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Her to a Tennessee court. And in my other hand, I have an extradition. It's one piece of paper signed by the governor of Georgia saying Jackie is wanted for murder. All I have to do, Irv Brandt, is drag her from under her mom's bed to a courtroom in Tennessee and say, Judge, here's the governor's extradition order. This is Jackie Howard. And then the governor asks her, the judge asks her one question, are you Jackie Howard? If she says yes, she's gone on the next jail bus to Georgia.
And you're out of here.
If she says no, then I get to do a fingerprint kit on her right there in court and show it to the judge. Then we put her on a jail bus to Georgia. It's not a trial. It's not really even a fact-finding process. It's just, are you Jackie? That's all it is. Agree, disagree, Irv Brandt?
No, I agree. The process as you just laid out for state to state, is actually a good comparison to how it works internationally.
Why do you sound so calm? Why can you sound so calm? Are you just like exhausted from all the murder, extraditions, and manhunts that you've been on all around the world?
Yes.
I mean, this girl got beaten dead, dragged out of bed, and hit in the head till she's internally decapitated.
Yes, Nancy. I served as the chief inspector at the Office of International Affairs for the DOJ.
Okay, in that case, let me formally apologize for anything that I just said, because you clearly know a lot more than me. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll quickly run you through it. During my time at DOJ, at OIA, I supervised hundreds of these type of cases, just like you said. And when the warrant is issued and the suspect is identified, and a foreign government sends the request to OIA attorneys, their assistant United States attorneys, assign the case to the district where the suspect is in. In this case, it would be Charlotte, North Carolina. Then the AUSA there evaluates the evidence.
And then don't forget, y'all, we had heard yesterday that the governor of North Carolina, didn't say nothing for 49 days. Didn't say not one word, the governor. And the whole world been talking about one of his residents, and he didn't say nothing for 49 days. And then we also learned that there was a connection between the lease and her family with the governor of that state too. So maybe that's why, it didn't really say much about it. All right, I want to read Cheryl Jameson's statement here. A comment says, I am super angry about this whole thing, and I have been following this ever since. I am so hopeful and prayerful that they catch all of them and throw every last one of them under the jail for life. Thank you so much for that. I agree with you on that one there. Let's see here. Baby Sis says, I know for a fact the feds are on the case because they're in the receipts of the warrant and they don't want to deal with angry backlash. You think they'll have some angry backlash? Probably so, huh? And Regiment 65 said, but wait, how hard they hiding if Elise was still going to work a couple of days ago? I know, huh? So it's almost like the community is, protecting them. The community is covering them. Yes, Shanquella was the only one that was happy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She was the only one showing, having fun, because she was the only one that wasn't aware that, this ain't no party, Yeah, they was set to double cross her. Regiment 65 said, come on, let's get likes almost, come on. It's like almost 2 months later and the news reporters don't know how to pronounce Dejanay's name. Oh, heavens. M. Max says, if Shanquella, Dejanay, Elise, Malik, Nazir, Khalid, and Winter were Barbara, Susan, Bella, Robert, Jack, William, and Elizabeth, arrests would have already been made. Yeah. Right. Baby Sis says, I believe Dejanay's mother is in Connecticut too. It was reported that she was picked up in Connecticut, and being detained somewhere awaiting extradition. I had heard that too. And I had heard that too. They need to arrest Dejanay and the rest will follow. Yep. Hopefully they have her and they're just not telling us, because they're trying to protect the integrity of the case. See, Jinju says, I got you unknown number on my phone calling me, and I didn't answer it. Turns out it's some fake heifer I blocked years ago. And they texted and asked if it was me. I ignored it and blocked it again. Kick rocks. Yeah, you gotta, when you go no contact with these crazy people, you gotta cut them off and block them. That is so true. You guys are putting up a lot of messages. All right, so let's go ahead and get finished up here with Nancy. We got a few more minutes on her.
The probable cause, which in this case seems fairly cut and dry. They have a video. Then they prepare it for a judge who evaluates if there's probable cause and may issue an extradition warrant. And that person is taken into custody. And just like you said, there's no day in court. They're not trying the case in Charlotte. They're going to try the case in Mexico. The only thing they're going to determine at that time, the first thing is that the person that the Mexican authorities want? It's basically an identity hearing. Then they'll determine if that person's going to be released pending the extradition process before they're returned to Mexico. They're not going to have a trial in Charlotte on a murder case. That's going to take place in Mexico.
Can I just answer that real question really fast?
Yes, please.
HELLNO. Once they get them in court, they're not going to be released.
Highly unlikely.
They are getting on a bus to take them to a plane, to have them handcuffed on the plane and taken to Mexico.
Oh, wow. Okay. Y'all hearing that? All right. So we got that happening there. That's so interesting. See, Jinju says Tinsel Tills fact. All right, let's see here. Eye of Storm Pro Productions. All right, what's that got to do with justice? Okay, I missed the part before that. Let's see here. Jinju's probably talking here. At Pam Miles, this is someone I haven't spoken. Okay, never mind. Let's see here. I have to move back one to make this make sense. See, do you think the Cabo crew left the villa on their own, or do you think they were instructed to leave by the police? I think they were instructed to believe, not by the police, but whoever they, those people that they made the deal with, that they paid for their alibi. I think they're the ones that told them, to go and to get out of here. Because by the time they, the people read this here, y'all need to go and already be out of here. That's why I don't think, I think they instructed them to go, hurry up and get out of here. So y'all, before you get us all in trouble. Yeah, that's a good question though. But that's my belief. That's what I think. That's what I think went down. And see, and I don't, Elgin Tennis says, I don't know why they have not been extradited to Mexico. The U.S. and Mexico do have an extradition treaty. Yeah, we heard that, but I don't know. Like, this is my first time being in, in the midst of or the know of this kind of stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating that this kind of stuff is happening and they still walking around free like nothing. What's that? Okay, I did that one already too. Something tells me the feds will send all 6 to Mexico if they get the other 4 warrants. We don't know the status of the second warrant they released. Yeah, I know, because it was maybe a couple weeks ago they were saying that it was a second, 2 warrants out there. Hey, Tina, don't go on vacation in Mexico until these bums are caught and detained. I agree with you. We were saying that too, that maybe we need to let me make sure.
Right now, nothing. The FBI.
My bad.
When she's in contact with them, it just pretty much they tell her they can't give her any information, and
that's
to
the
just
sister.
be patient.
Guys, I want you to take a listen to our cut 40, our friend Nikki Hauser.
We came to ensure that there is enough people putting pressure on the entire system to do what is necessary to get justice for this young woman.
And that's us. That's them wanting us to continue on giving these stories and uploading this material and keeping justice for Shanquella Robinson alive.
Among the mourners this weekend, activist Tamika Mallory, who spoke during the service and promised to get answers in Shanquella's case.
Losing a loved one in the heinous way in which has happened to Shanquella, there probably will never be peace for them. But there cannot just be an unopened situation. It has to be closed with truth, and it has to be that there is accountability for those who are responsible for her death.
Joe Bruno.
All right, I'm going to stop right here. Eye of the Storm Pro Production says all of the Cabo 6 have been served subpoenas this week from North Carolina. Okay, is that where you're coming from, Eye of Storm Production? Where you get this information from up in here? Very interesting there. All right, here another new name here. Felicia Moore says, as brutal as it was, I still say there is more. Shanquella moved her hand to her face at the end of the video. What you saw was, her body was already in motion, right? So I know what you're talking about when it went like this. Okay, now look how mechanical this is, right? It was usually if I'm flopping around like this, it's gonna look like that. But when you saw her fall, everything was mechanical, right? She kind of fell like in one piece, and arms and legs kind of went down. This was the signal that was already being sent in the spinal cord, what it was getting ready to do. So this was just the arms was going through those final motions. It wasn't her pulling her hands up. It was just body motion. And you saw how slow and mechanical it was. That's all neurological movements there, neurological response. Yeah. So it wasn't her putting her hands to her face. That was just her arms going through the signals that was already sent, that was going down before the connection was severed. Yeah. A few people thought that too, but like I said, I've worked with the neuro people before, spinal cord injuries, people that had the gunshot wounds to the face and neck, and end up being paralyzed from the face down, neck down, or something like that. When you would have to try to do range of motions with them, their bodies would be like real stiff, like almost real mechanical and stuff like that. So the moves, that's how you can tell too, when you see her body flopping down like that, those mechanical movements like that, that's just her body going through something, not in any control at all. Let's see here.
Now, joining me from WSOC TV, Joe, trust me, I don't want to kill the messenger. That would be you. But explain to me why Mrs. Robinson, this is Shanquella's mother, has to have vigils, and she has to have activists and protests to put her daughter's killers on trial. I don't understand that. I know you said you had to go looking for them, and you're the investigative reporter. They've deactivated their social media, they've changed their cell phones, and they're hiding out from their apartments. Okay, I have faced that maybe 1,000 times prosecuting a case. Of course they leave because they know they're in trouble. But that should not stop local police from finding them. What are you learning, Joe? Just give me some good news. Give me any news.
Yeah.
One of my door knocks to an address associated with the person believed to have attacked Shanquella in that video. While no one answered the door, I noticed a business card taped to the door for the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office investigator. Forsyth County would be the county that issues a warrant because that's the county that she resides in. But that tells me, at least, that there are local authorities actively attempting to get in contact with the people that were on this trip.
You mean arrest her? Sorry, Marianne. I know you nicely said get in contact. Okay, Joe Bruno, that is giving me a little bit of good news. Quilla Long, did you hear that? This guy, Joe Bruno, WSOC TV, is out tracking, trying to find the people involved with your sister's homicide. And he could tell that at least in one instance, the cops had already been there. Local cops. That's what we need. Local cops finding them, getting them to court, because there are arrest warrants. We just need them extradited. What about that, Quilla?
That's a start. I mean, because before Joe Bruno's information, I really didn't think they was doing anything, looking for anybody. I can't believe that it's taking this long.
And Dr. Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst to the stars, joining us out of Beverly Hills. You can find her at drbethanymarshall.com, unless you want to watch her on Netflix on Bling Empire. Dr. Bethany, that's a sad how do you do that the dead girl's sister and mother have to find out from WSOC, Joe Bruno, no offense to you, Bruno, that the cops are trying to find these women. I mean, and the one guy.
Yeah.
Why do they have to hear it here on Crime Stories?
You know, Nancy, obviously I've never.
Well, how is it one guy when it was should be two, right? If we're saying that Nazir wasn't there because he came the next day, what is, should be two other guys. Where's Malik and Kylie? It should have been two, 3 girls and a guy.
Work for the DOJ, but when I heard there is a business card tacked to one of the perps doors, it seems just so paltry and so small, because these perpetrators, just like they videotaped everything, there's a web expanding outwards to their friends, their family, frantic calls, people they're trying to get in touch with to kind of cover up their tracks. So while I've never tried.
Yeah, Ebony, thank you. We did read her page too last week. I know Wikipedia, Ebony says, I know Wikipedia isn't the most reliable source, but Shanquella's page has a lot of information on it if you're interested in taking a look. Yes, we did look at it and was, quite impressed with how fast that Wikipedia page got up there. And thank you for bringing that up too. Yeah, we could take a look at it. I'm still up.
My own husband, maybe. I've never tried to look for somebody. It seems like the track should be pretty clear. And, when you've been a victim of a crime, the worst thing is ambiguity and the unknown. In the face of the unknown, I've said this so many times, we read our worst possible fears. Give the family something, give them a little drop of hope, a little tidbit, something that they can hold on to.
Well, another thing to Irv Brandt joining me, Senior Inspector at U.S. Marshal Service International Investigations Branch, was Chief Inspector at DOJ, Department of Justice, International Affairs. It goes on and on. He was also at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica. This happened in Mexico near Cabo. Irv, there is a trail a mile wide. And I'll tell you, number one thing to do, get their credit cards, get their subpoena, easy, show up, don't wait for them to mail them. Find out where they're charging and where those bills are going, where they hang out. I mean, do they charge every single day at the soup shop on the corner? Then go there and sit there and wait and get them. I guarantee you, finding their new cell numbers, finding where they're spending money, what ATM do they go to get their cash? That's how you're going to find them, Irv.
That's correct, Nancy. And I'm sure once the warrants are issued, the federal warrants are issued, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, the local authorities will do exactly what you're talking about.
They're issued, Irv. They're issued.
I'm not talking about the arrest warrant out of Mexico. You can't arrest someone on a foreign arrest warrant.
Got you.
It has to. They have.
Why can't we make an arrest warrant? That's my question.
To be arrested once the U.S. District Court issues the extradition warrant, and to my knowledge, those haven't been issued yet.
Another thing I would do pronto. I would go to mommy and grandma and auntie, and I would put some pressure on them and let them know there is no mommy-daughter privilege. Oh, no. And if they are hiding these women and this male friend, if they know where they are, if they are harboring a fugitive, I would put them under the jail right along with the defendants. Because they are obstructing justice. Quill Long, what about this guy, this friend guy? Who is he? Don't y'all know where he lives?
Yes, but he's no longer in that house.
I bet he's not.
They have to be with a relative, staying with a relative. I don't even think his mama is even going to work. Last thing I heard, that I don't even believe she works there any longer.
Really? So is everybody clearing out, Quill? I mean, help me. Tell me what's happening. What do you know? You know these other women went to college with her. And I would say, they have college degrees, so they're not complete idiots. They did video a homicide, so they may be back in the idiot category.
They are.
But you know who the guy is. Who is the guy? What is his name?
Stalia Cook.
Say what?
Kalia Cook.
That's right, Kalia Cook.
Kalia Cook.
And he is no longer in his house. Is his mother still at his house?
Either one of them up there. They're both gone.
Oh, so he's snug up with mommy. Okay, Irv Brandt, what do we do now?
Track them all.
Track them both. Yeah, you're right.
And everyone associated with them, Nancy. They're not going to be able to get away once those U.S. warrants are issued.
Wow.
They're going to be taken into custody fairly quickly. I'm sure they're tracking them now in anticipation of the warrants. And then once they have the warrants, those people,
they good as gone.
Warrants are issued, those people will be taken into custody.
Yeah, I have confidence.
Will be extradited back to Mexico. They don't have a political leg to stand on. We extradite people back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico on a daily basis. It's going to happen.
Dr. Tim Gallagher, a medical examiner for the state of Florida. You can find him at pathcaremed.com. You and I have both reviewed the video that these idiots shot while Shanquella is being killed. I'm just going to go out on a limb because according to the autopsy report, she died within 15 minutes of the blow to the head. What? And I try not to do it, Dr. Gallagher, but I keep putting my little girl, I keep thinking, what if I was having to look at this video and it was my girl or my son?
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine what Miss Robinson is going through. Could you detail for people that have not seen the video, and Fox Nation, I hope you're running it, what this girl, Shanquella, went through with her friends?
Certainly the trauma is, it's just, well, number one, it's disgusting. The entire, the entire episode, the entire situation is just absolutely disgusting. When, after she got attacked, she felt every blow to her body. And when she got the fatal blow to the head, she can feel. You can feel that within your body. You can feel your bones breaking. You can feel the paralysis come over you. You are unable to defend yourself. You have no connection to your arms and your legs any further. So you cannot move. You cannot walk. You are 100% totally helpless. But still you are conscious. Yeah. You are still conscious for part of that time, and you can still see the people around you. You are still very aware of the violent situation around you. You can still hear the voices of the people, who are attacking you.
But she wouldn't be able to move, right? Because her spine had been
or
severed.
say or
right.
talk.
She would be 100% paralyzed, and she would not be able to move her arms, her legs. She would not even be able to speak. But she still would be able to hear, and she still would be able to see, and that's the horror of the entire situation. You'd still be able to understand what you're hearing. You'll still be able to see the violence around you, even though your spinal cord was severed. Yes.
A few moments ago, Jackie waved a note at me, which I thought in the heat of that moment was irrelevant, but now I'm rethinking it, and I think it's entirely significant. She held up that Shanquella was not found in the bedroom where we see her getting beaten.
Here we go.
As her friend guy. Is that who's videoing it, Quilla? It's the guy videoing it?
That's one of them.
Oh.
That's not the actual friend that we know. He's in the room, though, because once the dude that is videoing it, when he panned the phone a little, you can see him on the left. Khalil is standing on the left.
Okay. So there we go. So we got somebody identified there. Because remember, we weren't sure who that was. But the sister is identifying Khalil was the one on the left.
So the fact, Jackie pointed out to me, her body is found in the living room. Which Joe Bruno, WSOC TV, that leads me to think that, once she hit the floor, she couldn't move anymore. They severed her spine, it looks like in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Did they drag her into the living room to make it appear as if she had been in there? Not that they woke her up and then started attacking her, Joe, because Jackie's telling me that she's found on the living room floor. And that's from the autopsy report, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. She's right. What does that say to you, Joe Bruno?
Oh, and is she found with her clothes on or off?
Off, still off, Joe Bruno.
Yeah, the medical examiner's report is clear as day. Found in her living room, died within 15 minutes of her injuries. I don't have any information on whether she was clothed or whether her body was moved. I do know that, and Quilla can also talk about this, that she had bumps on her face, her lips were cut. She clearly was showing signs of severe injury when she died.
Severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. That's what it says on the autopsy report. That's what Dr. Gallagher is describing. It also says person found unconscious on her living room floor, and we know her to be.
That's the lie, y'all. See, that's the lie, right? That's the lie, because the autopsy report is not going to, it's just going to identify the injury, not where she was found. That's the police report that they're talking about. And that's where the lie is at. They said that she was found in the living room.
Naked at the time of the attack. Her mom told me that Shanquella sleeps without her clothes on, as many people do. And it looked like it was by the bed and the covers were thrown back. Remember the video, Jackie? And it looked like she had just gotten up. They immediately started beating her. So how does she get in the living room? Dr. Bethany, I don't know if she was clothed or not at the time the doctors got there, but since she died pretty quickly, I doubt it. Okay, Joe Bruno, I'm just stymied because I'm not sure what, if anything, is happening to bring this mother justice for her daughter. I mean, I don't know if you have children, but all I can think about is my children, one of them going away on a girl's getaway, and then suddenly I get a call, she's dead.
It's incredibly frustrating to not be able to provide a lot of information or even have an inkling of what's going on. I hold on to the fact that I did find that business card taped to the door associated with one of the people that went on this trip. And also just this case has captivated Charlotte and really the world. Millions of people, particular, are demanding justice and keeping this story alive.
And we are trying to do just that. Another vigil over the weekend where Shanquella's mother is just twisted in half with pain. Joe Bruno, who is responsible for the arrest? Charlotte PD or Brant, jump in, the FBI? Who should be arresting these people that were involved in her death?
Nancy, any law enforcement, once the extradition warrant is issued, any law enforcement agency can execute the warrant. It could be the local PD, it could be the FBI, it could be the U.S. Marshal Service, and more than likely will go to a task force made up of everyone that I just said to locate the fugitive and take them into custody.
If you have information about these so-called friends that stood by and watched, or the one that beat her till she's dead, 888-407-4747. Repeat, toll free. 888-407-4747.
It's official. The holidays are here.
All right. So getting good. I'm just grateful that they are backing up and validating the same thing that I've been saying this whole time, you know, that she knocked her head off of her body and all that stuff. So I'm just grateful that here y'all hear the physician saying the same thing, and that she was still able to hear, still able to see and hear the people that was attacking her this whole time before she went passed out and went on. So just so y'all can see that this is how this is science, math and science, right? So we can know that we don't have to believe some of these false stories because, you know, they're just fake stories and they have no, they don't connect with the science and the facts that we have according to this case what we do know. All right, here is a new name I hadn't seen before. Felicia Moore says, a brutal. Oh, let me stop this in case it's coming back. As brutal as it is, I still say there's more. Shanquella moved. Oh, I already did that. Right here. Baby Sis says they're not hiding. They just think they are. And the feds and Mexico are not talking because they see all the activity on social media and they're dealing with flight risk. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't believe, I think that the feds and, they know exactly where they're at and they're not worried that when the time comes that they are going to definitely get them and grab them up. All right. Eye of the Storm Pro Production says the night before Aquila was talking about Dejanay's non-upper arm strength, the attack looks like revenge for that to me. Yeah, somebody else had brought that up too, that it looked like there was some, little energy between Shanquella and Dejanay as far as like her calling her out. Maybe she got tired of being called out by her. And, I did hear that too. But where Amanize at? Somebody hit Amanize? I didn't see no. Oh, what's up, Amanize? Hey. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of trying to be all over the place here, but I sure appreciate you stopping by here. Eye of the Storms. Okay, I just did that one. And see here, one of the females or even one of the males could have at least took a towel or a sheet to cover her up. What's wrong with people these days? No empathy whatsoever. Exactly. Yeah, they started off with showing no empathy to be able to do that to somebody with no, that wasn't even putting up a defense. That's horrible. Sean says, can the family put a bounty on their heads? I don't know. All right. Look at Amanize knowing people up in chat. What's going on, Amanize? Sean, you want some street justice, huh? Sounds like it. All right. And let's see here. Pam says, I think they were plotting before the dinner when they were all in a separate room and she was looking for them. Yeah, because it's like she was searching around and everybody off in the meeting spot, but her, right? Then when she gets there, it's like, remember how I was telling y'all about learning how to stop, look, listen, and feel for tension, right? You want to be able to feel the tension when you come into a room and everybody stop talking. Everybody's looking at you different. You want to be able to sense when, that something like that is happening. Like I said before, tension is palpable. You can feel it. Like if you walked into a room after people been arguing, or even like you walked into the room and they was talking about you when you walked in there, you can feel that. You can be like, y'all was talking about me, you can feel it, right? Or if somebody was arguing and you could feel like, oh, I'll just come back later, right? Because you can feel that tension, like, things ain't on the up and up, right? So you want to be able to identify that because you don't want to be in a position where you late knowing what's going on. All right. Eye of the Storm Pro Production says, if her head was disconnected from her spine when Nazir said he turned her on her side, he would have noticed that then. Go join the others in the living room waiting for the nurse. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't believe anybody was too eager to touch her body because of how injured and, how obvious it was, the injuries, right? Like I was saying before, when I used to work and, with the traumas and stuff, moving those crumbled up bodies and, all that stuff was no fun because it's like, where do I grab? Or, you don't want to, you go to grab here and then this is dislocated or, the fracture is, the arm's broken in half, it feels weird, right? And you're having to look and judge where you're going to touch a person. And here we are trained professionals. I couldn't imagine just a regular person to be comfortable manipulating, you know, an unalive body plus an unalive body that's, you know, badly traumatized. So yeah, I think those were mostly parts of the other lie, you know. Yeah. The storm also says to throw a towel would look like they knew she was hurt. Instead, drunk, too much fall and hurt herself goes with the narrative that they left the villa. Yeah, and that's why I was saying too that if it had been like a real doctor or something, I'm pretty sure they would have probably tried to write it as if there was, you know, a fall or something. She was on the stairs, she fell off, you know, fell from the window, something like that, to explain all of those injuries, as opposed to alcohol poisoning, right? You gotta have alcohol poisoning with some type of an injury because, you know, yeah. So let's see here. Pam says, exactly, to the eye of storm. That's why I don't believe anything Nazir says. Me either. You can totally see he's a big face liar. Elgin says, I do believe that it was premeditated. That is why no one intervened to stop the assault on her. Yeah. And then too, it could have been because it was so fast. I mean, that was quick. You know, that was really quick. But the reason why I think it was premeditated too was because of how everybody was, you know, set ready for their cameras. Like they were, you know, we're going to film this. This is it. Nazir lied about everything except taking a plane to Mexico. Yes. Nazir had to notice the severity of those injuries. Yeah, of course. You know, everybody should have. Ebony says, RN natural beauty, when the rigor mortis begins to set in or has set in, would her neck have stiffened as well? Probably not, because the head was off of it, right? So, and then, you know, just have these little bones up here at the top. So, yeah, but whatever was left would have definitely been stiff. But the head, you know, was off of the body, so wouldn't maybe have noticed the neck itself being stiff. I'm kind of holding her head in place. Apologies, I don't have any medical background. Oh no, I feel you, you know, and people are curious and interested too, you know. But yes, that's a good question. It's a great question. All right, Mrs. Matthews, hello and welcome back. And they came into Quilla's room to film it. She didn't lock her bedroom door, nor wore pajamas. She trusted them. If she didn't, a knife would have been under her pillow and clothes on. Yeah. Yeah, you know, to her, she was on vacation. They were having fun, you know. I'm sure she had no clue whatsoever. And even if she would have had a clue, I don't think she would have, you know, because the villa seemed to be pretty secluded. They were in a large, you know, like a mansion, and, you know, it was just them there. So, you know, I don't know if she could have been able to run or hide in there, you know. The location seemed pretty, you know, secluded too. And yeah, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. And see, Eye of Storm says, and I think they all came in through the patio door while she slept, posted up and with their phones, then started the attack recording. Yeah. All right. So see, I think she did lock the door, and they came in through the nation door, the side door, as they left open during the attack. Okay, so we're almost done with Nancy's recording here. Oops.
It's a season of giving back.
Oh, that's it. My bad. Okay. All right. So, what was that? That was just that comment. But anyway, we already watched her video. Sorry, y'all. Let me just do this. Here we go. Okay. So, M. Max says it was premeditated. Fight, not deletion. Was it premeditated fight, not okay. No one would record a deletion and send it to other people. You don't think so? You don't think so? Let's see. Mrs. Matthews says, so the patio door was unlocked? I don't know. I don't think we know that information either. I agree about the record and the fight. Then it got bad fast. Yeah, I don't think that they were, expecting it to go that bad. I think they were expecting that all of them were going to, do something, but then Dejanay come out the gates and, she's mastered her technique and, do her thing. So, like I said, it was fast. It was fast. I don't think they believed that it was going to happen that fast, or, I don't think they thought it was going to happen that fast, but I do think they had intentions on, finishing her there, because otherwise, like, how are we going to get back on the plane together? Right. I'm going to come back with the busted lip and the black eye. And, how are we going to get past this? Right. Yeah. Hey, sunshine, but could they got another key to let themselves in? Could have. And then too, look how open that space was, so it's definitely acceptable that they could have come in through that patio door, because, it was, the whole room was, open like that. So, that's definitely a way they could have entered. Definitely a way they could have entered over there. Okay, so let's see here, about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think we may have time for one more little tiny video. One that's not going to take too much time. We saw Nancy Grace. And I did see we watched Courtney's contribution. Let's see, what MAC talking about over here? There had to be people not on the trip back home that they wanted to see the attack. Word of mouth isn't good enough for that generation. Yeah. And I don't know. It just seemed like it was some type of ritual. Everything seemed, like a ritual. And maybe they, some people in the group or whatever was watching it back at the house and stuff. So who knows? Doing push-ups, getting ready for the attack. Hey, flowers galore. Yeah, I know, huh? And Matt, there are some sick people out there who might send it to people they can trust, and they may have had the alcohol poison alibi already planned, expecting to get away with it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they thought they had, and two, that this probably ain't the first time that people have done this, right? And this was their turn to, to do it. Like, there's so many questions too, right? Like, why did they go on this trip when at least two of them had lost family members, right? They had recently lost family members, and they still, chose to go on this here trip. Eye of Storms Pro Production says, in the state, if you block a person's existence, escape is considered kidnapping in the States. Okay, yeah. Saw how they kind of stood by the door, made sure that she couldn't leave. If we ever see the other phone video, they may show longer. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find the one video. I want to say we watched it yesterday that showed the view from behind. So somebody was able to capture the attack, somebody with some nails filming, and I believe it was one other person on the side there. Interesting. Shared before she passed too. All right. I do believe that they have other videos that were not seen. Yeah. There's a lot of videos out there. So is this? I think this is it. I think I found the one. Yes. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and skip over that. All right. Here's a video. This one's, they might be the part 2 to what we just saw. All right. Here it is from Sleuthy Lucy. Sleuthy Lucy. And we're going to do it like this. Make it bigger. All right, come on, Sleuthy.
In the Shanquella Robinson case went viral. Rumors have swarmed about a mystery man appearing on the phone screen of one of the Cabo 6.
Wow, okay.
You can see him pop up around the 5 to 8 second mark.
Oh, I keep missing it.
On the phone screen of one of the ladies who was present during the assault. I've taken a screenshot for you.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, so there's the phone. Here is somebody here. So that's why we were thinking that this person is FaceTiming. But if y'all can see, look how her leg is crossed over there. So now this is her being slung over. See that there? Leg behind the wrong angle. And look at this position. Man, she's down in the squat. She like perfectly executed this movement here. Look at the balance here on the legs. Perfect little squat there.
You can see it here.
Monster.
The image is pixelated, but we can see what looks like the silhouette of a man here. Does he look familiar? Does he remind you of any one of the Cabo 6? Or could it be someone else altogether? Nazir did state that he called everyone before arriving at the villa because he needed the address. I estimated this call to be sometime around 12:26 p.m. in part 1 of this video series. For more information about this, check out part 1. Caught. Here is what Nazir said about the phone call he made when he landed. Let's take a listen.
I make a phone call. To everybody over there. Like I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Kula wasn't feeling good.
It's quite interesting, his choice of words here, you think? Because he says, I made a phone call to everybody over there. How does he do that? Does he make one call so that he could talk to everyone on speaker? Does he make several calls until someone answered? Or did he make a video call to everybody over there to get the address? Herein lies the question and the suspicion that Nazir may be the mystery man behind the silhouette. Let's take a look at this. I've taken a screenshot from Nazir's Instagram live video. Let's pixelate it and superimpose it with the silhouette from the phone. What do you think? Are you convinced? Is it Nazir? We're going to get into it. We're going to figure out if Nazir is the mystery man on the screen. But before we do, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on updates to this story, breaking news, and so much more. Now let's get into it.
And y'all go ahead and take this time too to like and subscribe to my channel and share the video so we can continue to build our community over here.
Into it. Shanquella Robinson, a young, bright entrepreneur, traveled to San Jose del Cabo on October 28th with 6 others to celebrate birthdays in a luxurious private villa, Villa Linda 32. In less than 24 hours of arriving, Shanquella was found dead in her hotel room. Her travel companions told...
Okay, so here's the sliding door. So you're saying that you think this whole area was unlocked? They were standing about right here. Yeah, they could have just come on right on up in there, through there.
Shanquella's family and the first responders that Shanquella was not feeling well because she drank too much alcohol. Days later, a video emerged.
Wow. Okay, let's see here. You can see a curve in that back. I don't know.
Showing Shanquella naked and being brutally assaulted by one of the 6 travel companions, Dejanay Jackson, while at least 3 of the others stood by, video recorded, and incited the assault. In the middle of the video, the silhouette of a man appears on the phone of one of the female travelers, and rumors swarmed about his identity. Many have speculated this to be Nazir. And as you can see here, when comparing Nazir's photo to the silhouette, it has a striking similarity to his build and the ball cap he's seen wearing in his Instagram live video. But is it really him? So far, we have taken a zoomed out look at the contents of the phone by simply observing the silhouette. Let's take a closer look at this silhouette. The first thing we're going to do is isolate the contents on the screen. I've done that here. Next, let's increase the size so we can see it better. Okay.
So the next thing we want to do is angle the image similar to how it is positioned in the room. If you take a look at the entire picture, you can see that the cameraman is recording from a higher vantage point than the woman. He can look down and see the contents of her phone. Her camera is closer to the eye level of the aggressor and Shanquella. Her camera phone is also to the right of the cameraman and is angled slightly downward. So we have to reposition the silhouette as best as we can to reflect what she's actually seeing in her phone's camera from her perspective. The image we are seeing is slightly skewed from what she is seeing because we are viewing it from the lens of the cameraman. Since we are seeing her screen at an angle, our perspective will be more narrow than what she's actually seeing. Notice on the silhouette, it looks like the man is outside and the sun is casting a color line in the background that looks like this. Can you see the bright yellow color? Has a wavy shape. I've drawn it here for you. Now let's bring back the original picture from the assault video. And now let's slowly bring back the silhouette from the phone camera. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm
the
not.
rough shape lines up. The base of the bed lines up. The sun's color cast matches the shape of the wavy white line. And this part of the silhouette is actually picking up Dejanay's bonnet.
What?
And what we thought was a man's ear is actually Shanquella's elbow. These faded shadows are the contents on the bed. And you can even see where Dejanay's leg interrupts the line on the base of.
What? I don't see none of this stuff. I see this. Here's the lampshade, shadow of the lampshade. This is, how is she talking about something superimposed? Do y'all see that? I don't see it.
Of the bed. The light colors in Dejanay's pajamas and bonnet are washed out and look like part of the background. The legs of the ladies are also visible here as well. Also, we can see that the color temperatures in the female's camera shows up slightly differently.
So she's trying to say that
of the cameraman's. His yellows are very rich, but hers are very pale. Other telltale signs that she isn't on a video call is the fact that the silhouette actually looks like the man has a phone to his ear. Well, if he's on a video call, he wouldn't have a phone to his ear. Also with video calls, you would typically see everyone's faces visible on the screen. In this case, we would expect to see the female's face in one of the corners on the screen like this. So, is the female traveler on a video call with Nazir? My answer to that question would be a resounding no. She's not on a call at all. She's actually recording the assault. Let's continue the conversation about it down in the.
What y'all think? I don't know. This the third time I didn't played this video, and I don't see that. Did anybody see that? What she was trying to explain? I didn't see that. To me it looks like somebody's on a video call, because if it wasn't, we would see the image of the attack on the phone and not, I don't know. What are y'all thinking? Let's see. Ida Storm says the attack happened in the AM hours. Later, they had the story made up by then. Yep. Let's see. So sad. It looks like Shanquella had birthday presents on her bed. Oh, I missed that. Wow. Let's see. Ida Storm Plus, it's obvious that Quilla was heading towards the patio to get away when Dejanay comes bursting through. Wow. This is just horrible. So sad. So sad. Shanquella had to have been a good person to pay all that money to take them to such a nice place. Very ungrateful fools. Yeah. Tina Morris says someone should have helped her. I think they were jealous of her success. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, we are pretty much thinking that same thing too. That's why we're talking so much about jealousy and how to identify when somebody's jealous of you, because it could turn dark quickly and could be in a bad space. Just somebody else recording the fight. Oh, do you think that there was somebody down low and her camera is, let me just go back to this last little still here. So see what I'm talking about here. So do y'all think that somebody is on the floor here down below her? That's who this is? But then how would it look like he's outside? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let's see. MX says, there are so many irrational acts in this story. Would anyone plan a trip to another country and not know the address until moment you arrive? Yeah, I agree. That's suspicious. That is definitely suspicious, to say the least. All right. There was a beating on Shanquella. It was obvious that they wanted her expired. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, because it was way too much damage that was done to her. Way too much. When you think is a face is actually the outline of the attack. Okay, let me go back. Oh. Well, then what is all this white stuff then? If that's the outline of the attack. Let me see him pull up a little bit. That's the outline of the attack. What's this down here then? This looks like a neck in the white shirt. I don't know. Y'all. What's that white stuff then? I don't get it. I don't know. I can't tell what that is. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, it does look like. I'm just gonna pull this back just a little bit. Let's see. Oh wait. All right, let's just do a few. Just go back a little bit, y'all. This is the last time.
Also, with video calls, you would typically see everyone's faces visible on the screen. In this case, we would expect to see the female's face in one of the corners on the screen, like narrow than what she's actually seeing.
Okay, so now let's blow this up again. Because this isn't even the same position. This looks like she's in a squat position there. Because then what is this white? Oh, do you think it's the bed? No, because it looks like it's got an angle. All right, let's just see a little bit more.
Notice on the silhouette, it looks like the man is outside and the sun is casting a color line in the background that looks.
All right, so.
Like this. Can you see the bright yellow color? It has a wavy shape. I've drawn it here for you. Now let's bring back the original picture from the assault video.
Yeah.
And now let's slowly bring back the silhouette from the phone camera.
Okay.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm not.
The shape lines up.
Wait. I think I might be seeing it, y'all. Did anybody else see it? All right, we're going to keep it going. No way.
The base of the bed lines up. The sun's color cast matches the shape.
Oh, I think I'm seeing it. I don't know if I'm just believing I'm seeing it, but.
Shape of the wavy white line. And this part of the silhouette is actually picking up Dejanay's bonnet. And what we thought was a man's ear is actually Shanquella's elbow. These faded shadows are the contents on the bed, and you can even see where Dejanay's leg interrupts the line on the base of the bed.
All right,
light colors in Dejanay's pajamas and bonnet are washed out and look like part of the background. The legs of the ladies are also visible here as well. Also, we can see
that might have been
the color temperatures in the female's camera shows up slightly differently from that of the cameraman's. His yellows are very rich, but hers are very pale. Other telltale signs that she isn't on a video.
That kind of looked like it now, right? Look at there. Or I'm just probably been seeing it too many times, and now my mind is just making it look like
it. Is the fact that the silhouette actually looks like the man has a phone to his ear. Well, if he's on a video call, he wouldn't have a phone to his ear. Also, with video calls, you would typically see everyone's faces visible on the screen. Yeah. In this case, we would expect to see the female's face in one of the corners on the screen like this. Right. So, is the female traveler on a video call with Nazir? My answer to that question would be a resounding no. She's not on a call at all. She's actually...
Yeah, now this looks like it. That looks like the... Okay, I did see it this time. I see it now, y'all. I see it now. I see it. I think she's right. Let's see. Oh, I didn't read this here. See, Pam says they are sharing live footage of the attack. It's not a regular recording because you can see all that space between the image and perimeter of the phone screen. Yeah. All right. Ida Storm said that's what she's saying. Yep. Okay, I see it now, y'all. I do. I didn't at first. I really didn't. I was just like, and that's really, 3 whole times, and plus we just kind of tipped back a little bit on that, but it took 4 times for me to see it, and I feel like I saw it. Not now, my brain is open to it. Vanessa Jones said, yes, she did an outstanding job. Back away from your computer if you need to, but you can clearly see she was recording. She was not live streaming. Yeah. And like now, boom, it's like blatant right in my face. I can see it, but it took a minute. Y'all saw it took me a few times to get it. Mrs. Matthews says, old school rules, no evidence unless they were hired by some sort of secret snuff organization who'd want proof they assaulted someone. Yeah, unless it was some kind of, like I said, some type of ritual. They just reopened the villa for rent a few days ago. Yeah, we had talked about that last night. They put it back on the market. You see, Baby Sis says they got me ready to crack a seal. I only drink on holidays. I'm starting early. Oh, yeah. Mrs. Matthews said, Hussein would want proof of their crime. Yeah, exactly. It's so perplexing. But some criminals, especially these real psychopaths and those kind of people, they actually get a thrill out of it. Like, it's like thrills and stuff like that. There's some stuff that's out there on the dark web, these kind of things, So, yeah. They could have just been contributing, their contribution to the whole thing. Yeah. Some sick people out there. Some really sick people out there. Would you guys please mind to hit the like button? We're at 77 likes and 105 people in here. So please, can I just get a wee bit more? Just a few, and I'd be happy. Hey, James Brown, what's going on? No, the person holding the phone is not FaceTiming. Silhouette of the person. Phone makes it look as if it's a person. Yeah. Yep. Look at me. Oh, I need to scroll on down here. I'm late. Hey, what's up, Gail at Night? All right, thank you so much. So Gail at Night says, congrats on getting monetized on the way to bed now. Thank you, Gail, and have a good night. Have some good sleep. And I'm pretty far behind on this here. That was at 12:49. Okay, so I'm just going to get a few more to kind of catch up here. Thank you so much, Gail. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. And Vanessa Jones said she did an outstanding job. Okay, I just read that. And I read that too. All right. It's FaceTime live footage. The person on the other end purposely turned off the light so they don't see their image in the corner where the screen is blacked out. I don't know, Pam. They got me convinced now that it was just a recording of the fight. I can play it again if you need me to. I'm just joking. And see, Sunshine says the mama said out of her mouth, someone called her saying they're fighting her, but why do we only see one person fighting her? Yeah, good question. Thank you, Gail. Please be sure to like and subscribe. All right. The white is the room. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to agree with that. Please go back to the video when you see the curtains close and you can clearly see someone is leaning on the curtain recording. That's what Randall said in the chat, and I do see it. Wow. Oh my, how did this happen here? Let's see. Take the comment down so you can see the whole video. The comment is in the way all around attribute. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. All right. I got it though at the end, y'all. Thanks, Ebony. All right, please. All right, y'all so good to me. I see it now. Dejanay is hovering over Shanquella and she's sitting on the floor. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so it took us all 3-4 times to get it. Thank you guys. I don't feel too bad now. I can see it now. Okay, yeah, it started to come in there, huh? See the Oracle, your leadership station. All right, hello, Oracle. She is simply showing that the phone is actually recording the assault. That's all. The kids 574. It's the possibility that when she was thrown, she hit her back on the corner of the bed. Yeah. Dejanay was in karate stance. Yeah, y'all saw I broke that down. I showed that. She was definitely in the karate stance. So, yeah. Yes. Baby Sis says there are so many creepy incidents within this case. It just shrouded with evil. Shrouded with evil. Yes, evil. Evil. All right, let's see. The Oracle says the person on the call is in a black instead. Okay, yep. Some people are feeling that way too. Yeah, I see it now. She's recording it at a different angle on her phone. The white carpet is in her phone. Yeah, it took me a little minute to see it, but after a while I was able to get it. I was like, okay, that's exactly it. Elgin said they're gonna get all of them because all of their phones was using an IP address. Yes, and I heard one of the FBI saying that as soon as they get the subpoenas for the IP addresses, it's gonna be over. After that, it's gonna be all done. Let's see. Thank you, Gail. All right. I might need to have 3 of these monitors so I can be able to keep up here with the chat a little bit better. But I'm getting better, y'all. Everything's, this is a work in progress, and we're doing wonderful work over here. And see, Sean says Shanquella gave them heaven in Cabo. Now they have hell in Cabo. Yeah. Bottom line, that's not a regular recording because it would fill the screen. The image is scaled down. I am very familiar with FaceTime. That's FaceTime. Okay, Pam is standing on with that's FaceTime. See, Baby Sis says they were thrilled at the thought of seeing Shanquella fall. They all know that they were not on her level. They wanted others to see her in disgrace. And they wanted to be a continuous downfall. Please like and subscribe. Okay, y'all did some stuff over there. I see y'all following up. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that there. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate you. Vanessa Jones says, please play the video with the curtain. I want to see it clear. My curiosity. Please verify that it's not. Okay. All right. Let me go back over here. And it's real quick too. It's a short video. So this time we're going to start from the scratch again. And we're going to move off that. And here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Went viral. Rumors have swarmed about a mystery man appearing on the phone screen of one of the Cabo Six. You can see him about a mystery man appearing on the phone screen of one of the.
All right, so look at this height. Right, see that? Long arms.
Cabo Six. You can see him pop up around.
Oh, the door is open. This is what you was talking about? Look at there. Sliding door open. Wow. Wow. Y'all see that? Open.
Around the 5 to 8 second mark on the phone screen of one of the ladies who was present during the assault. I've taken a screenshot for you. You can see it here. The image is pixelated, but we can see what looks like the silhouette of a man here. Does he look familiar? Does he remind you of any one of the Cabo Six? Or could it be someone else?
Now it doesn't even look like a silhouette of a man. I don't even see the man up in here anymore. I can't even see that in this shape here. I see the fight. I see.
Together, Nazir did state that he called everyone before arriving at the villa because he.
Look at now. Am I the only one? But does that not even look like? It doesn't even look like it's a person anymore. Like that totally looks like that totally looks like the fight. I can't believe that I actually thought it was Nazir outside holding up a phone. It looks nothing like that now. Nothing like that. Wow.
Needed the address. I estimated this call to be sometime around 12:26 p.m. in part 1 of this video series. For more information about this, check out part 1, Caught. Here is what Nazir said about the phone call he made when he landed. Let's take a listen.
I'll make a phone call. To everybody over there. Like, I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Quilla wasn't feeling good.
It's quite interesting, his choice of words here, you think? Because he says, I made a phone call to everybody over there. How does he do that? Does he make one call so that he could talk to everyone on speaker? Does he make several calls until someone answered? Or did he make a video call to everybody over there to get the address? Herein lies the question and the suspicion that Nazir may be the mystery man behind the silhouette. Let's take a look at this. I've taken a screenshot from Nazir's Instagram live video. Let's pixelate it and superimpose it with the silhouette from the phone. What do you think? Are you convinced? Is it Nazir? We're going to get into it. We're going to figure out if Nazir is the mystery man on the screen. But before we do, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on updates to this story, breaking news, and so much more. Now let's get into it. Shanquella Robinson, a young, bright entrepreneur, traveled to San José del Cabo on October 28th with 6 others to celebrate birthdays in a luxurious private villa. Villa Linda 32. In less than 24 hours of arriving, Shanquella was found dead in her hotel room. Her travel companions told Shanquella's family and the first responders that Shanquella was not feeling well because she drank too much alcohol. Days later, a video emerged showing Shanquella naked and being brutally assaulted by one of the 6 travel companions, Dejanay Jackson, while at least 3 of the others stood by, video recorded, and incited the assault. In the middle of the video, the silhouette of a man appears on the phone of one of the female travelers, and rumors swarmed about his identity. Many have speculated this to be Nazir.
But look now, y'all see how her foot is crossed there behind her? She's in her karate stance. She's got the balance, and she is actively getting ready to snap her neck, right? So she's trained. She's got the thing here. She knows what she's doing.
Nazir. And as you can see here, when comparing Nazir's photo to the silhouette, it has a striking similarity to his build
but not really, because now look, that looks like the fight. It doesn't look anything like this now that, once your brain opens up to it.
Is seen wearing in his Instagram live video. But is it really him? No. So far, we have taken a zoomed out look at the contents of the phone by simply observing the silhouette. Let's take a closer look at this silhouette. The first thing we're going to do is isolate the contents on the screen. I've done that here. Next, let's increase the size so we can see it better. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is angle the image similar to how it is positioned in the room. If you take a look at the entire picture, you can see that the cameraman is recording from a higher vantage point than the woman. He can look down and see the contents of her phone. Her camera is closer to the eye level.
Okay. So that makes more sense, because look, now you could totally see it. That's this right there. This is that right there. See that? And look at the legs right there. It's so obvious. I can see the legs. Oh, let me get off there. Y'all see it?
Of the aggressor and Shanquella. Her camera phone is also to the right of the cameraman and is angled slightly downward. So we have to reposition the silhouette as best as we can to reflect what she's actually seeing in her phone's camera from her perspective. The image we are seeing is slightly skewed from what she is seeing because we are viewing it from the lens of the cameraman. Since we are seeing her screen at an angle, our perspective will be more narrow than what she's actually seeing. Notice on the silhouette, it looks like the man is outside and the sun is casting a color line in the background that looks like this. Can you see the bright yellow color? Has a wavy shape? I've drawn it here for you. Now let's bring back the original picture from this video.
Yep, look, that's that. This little piece right there, that's this. That's that right there. And then can't really see the lampshade because of where the person is here is being blocked. But see, look at there, that's that. There go the little dip there. See where it dips down with a little shadow, that shadow that's casted there. Oh, I see the things on the bed there too, the boxes and stuff, yeah.
And now let's slowly bring back the silhouette from the phone camera. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The rug's shape lines up.
Yeah.
The base of the bed lines up. The sun's color cast matches the shape of the wavy white line. And this part of the silhouette is actually picking up Dejanay's bonnet. And what we thought was a man's ear is actually Shanquella's elbow. These faded shadows are the contents on the bed. And you can even see where Dejanay's leg interrupts the line on the base of the bed. The light colors in Dejanay's pajamas and bonnet are washed out and look like part of the background. The legs of the ladies are also visible here as well. Also, we can see that the color temperatures in the female's camera shows up slightly differently from that of the cameraman's. His yellows are very rich, but hers are very pale. Other telltale signs that she isn't on a video call is the fact that the silhouette actually looks...
Yeah, you can totally see it there too. That's the two of them. Wow.
Like the man has a phone to his ear. Well, if he's on a video call, he wouldn't have a phone to his ear. Also with video calls, you would typically see everyone's faces visible on the screen.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards, that was just a video of the attack. I'm leaning towards that because that's what my eyes are showing me. That is what my eyes are showing me. Wow. I'm glad, that y'all kept saying, play it again, because, now, it's so clear to me what that was, and honestly, it wasn't at first. It really wasn't. I had no clue whatsoever. And Gail, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, support Cash App for Miss Tijuana. Thank you so much, Gail. I appreciate the support and the promotion too. And see, please play okay, I did that. I notice it when I freeze frame it on my phone. It's harder to see here because we are looking at the video of a video, making it even more blurry. Yeah. Let's see. It was live footage of the attack. Okay, I did that too. Let's see. Vanessa says, right, that's what it is, the recording of the fight, not a person. Yep. Wow. Let's see. JP6 says, the demons will welcome the infamous 6 with open arms. I feel nothing for them. Yeah. Look at the curtain. Someone is leaning on the curtain. I keep missing that. I didn't see nobody leaning on the curtain. Okay, this is going to be the last time, I promise y'all. Let me see. I didn't look at the curtains. All right, I'm just going to go to this part here. You can see the curtains. All right, can stop it there. All right, so let me move back. I don't see no.
Assaulted by
wait. You mean here? Down here? I don't think there's nobody leaning on a curtain. In the corner there? That's what you're talking about? This looks like some kind of a chair or something. We need to get back to the front when they just standing there. Right here. All right, let's see. All right, so I don't see anybody leaning on no curtain. You mean right here, this? Let me move myself out of here. Oh, hold up, y'all. I'm going to do this here. And take that out. Okay. Oh, and then do this too. Make this bigger. Where is somebody leaning on the curtain? I don't know what this is, but here's that person, and there's Shanquella. I don't see that. You mean this here? I don't think that's nobody. I don't think that's nobody, y'all. Let's see. What she say? On the floor? That there? Let's see. See, Pam said, I don't see a person by the curtain, but other people have also said that they can see someone there. Okay, yeah, I didn't see anybody there. Be careful of the manipulation of those videos showing all those alternative details. Okay. The bed. Yes, at the bottom. Okay, so people are thinking that. I don't know. I can't really tell what that is. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Gonna leave it at that. All right. So we have been going for 3 hours and 21 minutes. And I'm going to see if I can just find one more small little short video. Hopefully something on a more positive note before we get out of here. So we can at least maybe leave on a happy note. If there is any happiness here. That's not a person on the floor. I didn't think so either, baby sis. I didn't think so either. Let's see. Oh, me, oh, my. Let me see here. Okay, there's the 2-minute one. This was quickie. Let me scroll it back. This is 2 minutes. This is from a Queen Esquire Squad. We haven't seen her in a while. Oh, but you know what I think this is? This is the same thing that we just heard on Nancy's little thing there. Here go a new name. What's up, Shadow? It's possible a person or luggage. Yeah, I thought maybe luggage. I'd go, luggage. Beverly Foster thinks it's luggage too. Yeah, it didn't seem like a person, because were they hunched down or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think of a person either. All right, so this is going to be our final video, and then I'm going to call it a night. All right, so here we go with this one here. And I, again, just thank everybody for, sticking with me, coming out, and all of the support with the super chats and all that stuff that y'all just been blessing me with. Super duper appreciate it. All right, so here's our final video. And this from our girl, Queen Esquire Squad, who's an attorney. And we listened to her videos before, too, in the past.
She dies right there. Did you see the beating in the video, Dr. Gallagher?
I did, and at that point it looked like her spine was broken or her neck was broken.
Right.
So it appeared as though the cervical vertebral column was dislocated from the skull itself. In that, we call that an internal decapitation, but it was a violent blow and it was a violent outcome, and it was just absolutely sad and no reason for it. That brought about her instantaneous demise.
Okay, right there. There's another cover up because according to police, she died 3 hours later. That did not happen. If you look at the actual death certificate, which I have right here in front of me, she died after just 15 minutes max. I don't know why the cops are saying 3 hours later, but.
So if you heard Nancy Grace, she's identifying where there was the police cover-up. That whole police report that they wrote was a lie.
Fake.
A lie. Which is why I have issues with that doctor. I did a whole video on the doctor and her background and stuff, and people were asking, why do you have an issue with the doctor? Because if she's so trained in what she does, and she has at least experience being a doctor dating back to 2016, she should already knew that this girl was passed away.
Right. Yeah, y'all know that it wasn't a real doctor because, anybody with any amount of, medical training or just regular people, y'all saw the video, and most of the people that saw it felt alarmed and taken aback because they knew they had witnessed something extremely violent, like something was wrong on that. I see shadows, says appears to be sheets or pulled up over the left side if that's where she slept, as right side of the bed has something on it. Yeah, I think it's bags to luggage. I think y'all right on that one. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. All right, so let's go on and get finished up here. But I don't think there's a doctor that we should be upset with. I think it was all staged and people were impersonating and pretending to be doctors and stuff with all this talk.
She died within 15 minutes of her injury, so she was already passed away.
Yeah.
By the time the maid came in there, the maid talked about touching Shanquella and she was hard, meaning she already reached rigor mortis, meaning she had been already passed away for several hours. So again, there was a cover-up going on with the doctor and the authorities, the law enforcement that came and wrote that fake report. And you had to really ask, well then, there definitely had been some shady stuff going on. That they paid these cops, that they paid the doctor off. There has to be a question of that. And there is a lot of issues that go on in Mexico when it comes to that type of situation of paying stuff. And this is an American dying in the villa, which could cause people to not, or deter Americans from wanting to stay at that villa. Deter Americans from wanting to travel to Mexico.
Spend our money over there.
It created an incentive in their mind to make it appear as though this was an accident so that they can cover up any type of responsibility or any.
I think the doctor in this little police report were those people that worked at the villa. I think it was staff members there, and they knew, who to call to get the cover-up story together.
Bad shade that goes towards the Mexican authorities. And I just appreciate that Nancy Grace pointed out there where the shade.
Oh, that was it for that video. Okay, so here we go, y'all. We made it through. We made it through another live. And see, somebody asked me a question. Said, will I be live tomorrow? Yes, I will. I will be live tomorrow. I'll probably place around 2 with some new material during the daytime, but I'm going to keep our commitment here for like 9. Wait, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. You're talking about. So if I do go live, it's going to be earlier because I have a 7:30 engagement that I have on the Thursday nights and Sunday nights. So if I come tomorrow, it'll be earlier or later. So, all right. So then we will tune in at that time here. So see, baby sis said, okay, if I'm a doctor, she said, if that was a doctor, then I'm an astronaut. She said she an astronaut. I heard that. Shadow said, didn't the 3 girls go to Mexico by themselves at one point, or they were with Shanquella? But if they go back to Mexico the 3rd time, won't that be a charm? Wow. Courtney says, yes, they did, and Shanquella wasn't invited. I know somebody doxed the doctor and verified her license, but that just means she's a quack. Yeah. Is Deja be her shirt half blue, half pink? I don't know. I couldn't really tell the colors from that video. It was pretty pixelated. All right, so we have come to the end of the road, but I can't. No, I'm going to let go, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow on another video. And again, thanks for all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, and hit the like button and the bell notification too, because sometimes it looks like YouTube has been having a problem with the notifications and stuff like that too. So I shall see y'all, I guess later today, because it's already morning. Love y'all, and see y'all in another video. And thanks again for keeping Justice for Shanquella alive. Love y'all. Justice for Shanquella Robinson.